Alrighty guys and girls, we are back with another game in the Ozone Gaming Revolution Cup, brought to you by Ozone Gaming Gear, supported by Performance Gaming, streamed by TeamDownTV. My name is Sam and I am here with Go Gadget for this game of Just Saiyan versus Myth eSports. How you going, man?
Yeah, pretty good, and pretty excited for this game, Sam, man, as I believe this is one of our losers bracket best of three semis, as I do believe.
We are into the semis. I'm not 100% if it's a best of three. I'm not 100%.
Okay, yep.
I'm not 100%.
Double check that one.
I will double check.
That's alright, but yes, we're into the game now, and we've already got the bans flying out thick and fast there. So TJS, they've taken away Elise, Zach and Zed. I feel as though that Zed ban is very well deserved. We saw in the last game we casted just how dominant Chili could be on that Zed, and of course how dominant Elevate could be on that Elise as well in the jungle. So nice bans there, I feel, by TJS. In the meantime though, Myth eSports, they've taken out Thresh, Ari and Caston, so you know, a few mid lane bans. See how that plays out for them.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. That's I wonder if they were watching that game then to see the Elise and the Zed bans coming out, and the Zac as well. People do find him a bit of a pain in the ass. Thresh, Ari, and that Cassidon ban, which I think we've seen a Cassidon ban in every game. I think we also saw maybe Myth banned Ari before, or maybe it was in the TJS game earlier. I'm not 100% sure. But we'll see for the jungle. I suspect the Jarvan going to come out as first pick. And then we see a Shen. So Shen going to slip through. I guess once you ban Elise and you ban Zed, there's not much left that you can do, is there? Especially when you take Zac as your third
really
choice.
Too much at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a nice pick up there of Shen, and of course Sona as well. Over on the Myth eSports side. In the meantime, though, TJS have actually gone for the Lysandra and the Vayne as their second and third lock-ins there. So, pretty standard team comp so far. Not really giving too much away. They've got already quite a bit of initiation potential, actually. You know, obviously with that Jarvan and the Lysandra in there. In the meantime, though, over on the Myth eSports side, already locked in Twitch for their third pick, thinking about what Deceit is going to be playing. We expect in the jungle, of course, and could be an Evelyn. Hopefully, we'll see. Elevate pull off some diamond-esque moves on Elise. He
did have a pretty good game in that last match we saw. So Elise is pretty strong in the jungle. We see. She has been very, not Elisa, Evelyn, very strong in the jungle. We've seen a lot of Evelyn as of late in the pro games. I just want to point out, apparently you are correct, it is the best. We are up to best of threes. We are up to best of threes. So we put in those 0-0 scores, because this is obviously game one. We see Zillion. Now, we'll see. I would be surprised, but it wouldn't be the first time. Wouldn't be the first time seeing a Zillion. Nami, I would much prefer a Nami. Just going to swing that through. Joska has got up that Rumble. We have seen Rumble do a fair bit of damage today. His ultimate, obviously, very, very strong. And if you can get a few team members in that Jarvan ult, then pull out the equalizer on top of them, I'm sure that's a fair bit of damage for everyone.
Yeah.
So we'll see what is going to come out there. I think the Lulu would be pretty good. Haven't seen a Lulu today on our stream. So we'll see what these guys come out with, but
thinking about Lulu, but in the end it might be a Nami they're locked in for TJS. Yes, it is, and that Vlad as well locked in for them. So, you know, very AOE centric comp they've got. I mean, everyone from the jungler, Jarvan with that Cataclysm, we've got Sander with that Ice Tomb. He's going to be getting in there with that tidal wave, and it's all going to be with a Hemo Plague on top of it. So lots of AoE coming out of TJS, lots of initiation. In the meantime, on the Myth eSports side, just think about their last pick. So far, they've got a little bit of global presence with Shen, a little bit of maybe split pushing potential later on. We'll just have to wait and see what they decide to lock in for what we had assumed to be their mid laner.
You would assume it is mid lane. I was going to say, I think they played Oriana when we saw them before. Not last game, obviously. Maybe that was in the TJS game. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see what's good against Lysandra. Oriana and Lysandra are kind of much of a muchness, but we will see that. We'll see that Oriana come through as the final pick. Gonna swap through. I assume it's not going to be Oriana jungle. That'd be a little bit embarrassing.
Yeah, that would be pretty interesting, but no, I don't think it's going to be an Oriana jungle here, so
wouldn't do much. Just sit there, play with a ball with the minions, and then die. I suspect is how that one would go out. So I actually really like the team comp here from Just Saying. I'm a bit of a fan of all these champions. I think they should be able to pull out a fair bit of damage, but we'll see what will happen over here against Myth eSports. As we were saying, this is a best of 3, Just Saying versus Myth eSports in the semi-finals of the losers bracket, I believe. So the loser of this match will be out, and the winner will head on through to play the winner of Team Exile 5 Solar versus Invidious Team 1. Then the winner of that game goes through and plays the loser of the grand final of the open bracket, and the top bracket, the winners bracket, and then from there we'll see if we require one more game. So we still have plenty of games left this afternoon as we do head on into the evening. We are into delay time now, so I will bring up our spell overlay. Do you want to go through these teams?
Yeah, let's take a look. So over on Team Just Saying side, we got Cell playing that jungle Jarvan. Boo's going to be support on Nami. Brattles AU on that mid lane Lysandra. Freezer on that AD. Vayne, of course. Joska playing that Vlad, potentially up in the top lane we'd expect. And on the Myth eSports side, we've got Denuncio playing that Shen up in the top lane. Fluffy Cow on that Twitch, partnering up with Insub on Sona down in the bot lane. Deceit or Elevate on that jungle Evelyn, as I completely forgot. I called it Elise before. And of course Chili playing on that Oriana. So two pretty formidable looking lineups, I've got to say.
Absolutely. I think this should be a pretty exciting game. So, Ozone Revolution Cup, one-day competition here, brought to you by Ozone Gaming Gear and Performance Gaming. We have a fair bit of stuff up for grabs. I think we went through the prizes earlier. It's all Ozone Gaming Gear for the top 3, I think, is the deal gadget. We've got, I think there's some mice, there's some mouse pads, and were the headsets? I would have to check. But it's great to see these guys coming out and helping out Australian esports. If you could give them a follow over on Facebook, I think their webpage is Ozone Gaming Gear Australia. Go over and follow Performance Gaming on Facebook as well. TeamDownTV always loves follows on Twitch and on Facebook, and Go Gadget ESL on Twitter. If you want to follow Gadget, who has been carrying me through these casts all day. So big shout out to you. So we're at about a minute left. What do you reckon? What of these two teams do you think which has an advantage from these team comps? Anything sticks out?
Well, just taking a look at both of these comps, I feel as though with all of that initiation that Team Just Saying have, and the AoE to kind of follow up with it, it's very synergetic. So in team fights, it's going to take some pretty careful positioning from Myth if they want to overcome all of that wombo combo that PJS definitely have. And I feel as though it'll definitely depend on how the lanes go, because when you pick Shen, obviously you're going to be wanting to split push later on in the game, and then just get that stand united into the fights. But the question is, whether Denuncio will actually get far enough ahead that he'll actually be able to split push and be able to 1v1 a member of Team Just Saying effectively, because that's really the key when you're playing a split pusher.
We'll see what is going to go on here. We're just waiting now for this skin battle to come on through. Excuse me. And we'll get into game 1. Frozen Shen. I guess that's a bit of a Mortal Kombat. He looks like Sub-Zero to me. I think that's the intention. Frozen Shen, Gangster Twitch, Arcade Sona, Masquerade Evelyn, and Zone Chaos Oriana. up against the Warring Kingdoms Jarman Koinami. Lysandra being Lysandra, but the blue Lysandra is pretty cool. Not really that different to the red one, to be fair. Blood Lord Vladimir even, and we're just waiting for Frasier to be connected. Frozen Shen, I don't even remember seeing that. Is that even still available? Or have I just been missing out?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if it's available. Maybe not.
That's pretty cool. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, the splash art definitely does work on that skin. But got Heartseeker Vein as well, picked up by TGS Freezer. Oh, Freezer. There we are. That's easy. So
It's easy.
Yeah. Vayne Nami lane down for Team Just Saying. Pretty strong lane, of course. You can't really go wrong with it, although they've got to be a little bit careful, especially once the Myth Esports lane does hit 6. They're going to have a lot of kill potential, obviously, with Sona and Twitch.
And I guess you've also got to be pretty careful of either that Stand United from the Shen or the Evelyn coming in, and you're not even knowing that she's there. Like that's you got to be a little bit careful of that one as well. So we are going to head on out here. Do you want to take us through these lineups, what these guys have bought, and I will fix up our little scoreboard.
Yeah, sure. So looks like we've got some pretty sort of standard-ish, I want to say, pickups in terms of starting items. I like that, door and shield that not only Denuncio is cool, but also Josker as well. So really looking just for that defensive item to start off with. And Denuncio actually, he's going to have to be a little bit careful. He's spotted out there by that flag. I don't think they're going to be able to get onto him though, as he actually takes a few more hits from Cell. But now Myth Esports know that they are getting invaded around their red area. So to wait and see whether they decide to sort of counter-invade or whether TJS themselves are just going to back out.
It looks like they might just start pulling away. Going to throw a ward all the way up there in that red buff. Shen's just going to hang up there in the top, just try and defend that one out. You see a couple of wards as well going to go down for the red buff over on Just Saiyan's jungle there. So wards on both sides, just preparing for any potential invades, and we'll see Twitch and Evelyn might head on over and see if they can do that one together. It looks like we might be starting red down in on the left-hand side.
Right there, so it looks like Cell there is going to be starting red, like you said, and blue buff is going to be picked up there for Deceit for Elevate on that Evelyn. Nice way to start the jungle, and we're just going to be having some pretty good lane setups, which is interesting. This tournament, of course, being on live patch 3.10. It's interesting how the prevalence of lane swapping, 2v1ing and all of that really has died down since 3.10, and we're just seeing these, very standard lanes coming out, and it's really, really good to see the sort of skill-based 1v1s.
Is that from the buff to the tower armor in the first 10 minutes or so? Is that the idea?
Yeah, I think so, because, often in a 2v1, what you try and do is, obviously, those nice early towers to give your team the, global gold advantage, but now that the tower's a little bit tankier, it's just that little bit much harder to do that, so often not really worth it. So, yeah, that's right, that's why these teams have just been deciding to, keep it vanilla.
We see Nami getting caught out here, going to flash away. Does take a fair bit of damage top lane. Evelyn going to come in with double buffs. Looks like Vladimir's going to go in his pool of blood there. Just I don't even know what that ability is called. I have no idea. He just turns into blood and swims away. I don't know. I noticed that in the Chinese version, it's not blood. It's like a pool of black. There's no blood. There's no blood in the Chinese one.
Interesting, actually. Yeah, and I think Carthless as well, the splash art for Carthless, there's no bones, it's just black or darkness or something like that.
It's weird.
And I think it's a cultural version to that or something like that. So
I read that was the reason that they changed all the items as well. The new items, they all had skulls in them or blood and stuff, and now none of them have skulls in the picture. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, I didn't know that, but in the meantime, though, we do see the gank down in the bottom lane. Fluffy Cow is going to get invisible. Flash from Cell actually is really keen to pick up this kill. Does come out of Invis. Is it going to be enough to pick him up? No, it's not. Cell does not quite manage to. Fluffy gets out of there.
He does force the flash out of Cell. You said he was very, very keen mid lane here. Lyssandra's going to throw a claw away and jump out of that one. So, a couple of good gank attempts, but no kills out of anything. Twitch going to get caught out here, but Vayne a little bit too far away. Tumbles in 1, 2, 3 hits. There we go. And he goes invisible. Going to be saved there by that barrier. Thought that those 3 hits of the Vayne, what's it called? True Silver Bolts? Is that what it's called? I have no idea. There we go. We're onto it. But very, very close there. Up at the top lane, we see Shen's going to throw out the taunt. Vladimir just walks away, though.
That's right. So, you know, this bottom lane really not going too well for Myth eSports at this early stage. I mean, look at that, 31 CS to 17. There is a nice big wave built up there, you know, for Fluffy Cow to take once he comes back into the lane, but certainly not where he wants to be at the moment, being almost you know, half of Vayne's CS. So, point in time, looks like Fluffy Cow going to be CSing those onto tower. Nice bit of mechanics there, getting all those big ones. So,
making all the difference. You see, both members of this Just Saiyan team have backed from the bottom lane. Jum's going to back as well. Lysandra just duking it out there with Oriana in the mid lane. We'll see what's going on top lane. He's just Vladimir actually going to throw down that pink ward, setting it up for a potential gank later on. We'll see if Jarvan is going to come top. I guess Shen's a little bit difficult to gank though, isn't he, to be fair, especially when he's got that what I like to call the Dolan shield. You know, and with the taunt, it just makes it a little bit difficult. He's a bit of a pain in the ass to deal with, I suppose.
Yeah, that's right there, of course. You know, with that flash on top of the shadow dash, and it's not really worth ganking him, especially when you know, Joska on that Vlad doesn't really have that much kill potential. I mean, he does have Ignite, which will help for any ganks that you know, either Cell or even Brattle's AU you know, try to get up into that top lane. But yeah, Vlad himself not very bursty, so yeah, not very conducive to those ganks.
We see a bit of a ward battle going in here in the bottom lane. I think Myth actually threw out a fair number of wards just to pick up the one ward from Just Saiyan. They are going to push onto this bottom turret. I think they'll just back away though, and we'll let Vayne just farm this out underneath the turret, which he should be able to do. Doing a pretty good job there. We see that I think we will see that the Jarvan down in this bottom lane. Just waiting, we'll see that they do have a pink ward in that tri-brush, so he should be safe to go through. But Myth do have the other side brush warded as well, so might just back away and continue farming in the jungle. Top lane now.
Maybe so. Ooh, yeah. In the meantime, in top lane, Josh actually gets ignited there. He'll be fine. But wow, that was a very, very low amount of health he got to there. He's just going to back out. Denuncio using that ignite, driving Joska out of lane. Nice bit of play there, and Denuncio really is taking command of this lane. Although Joska is keeping up in CS. In the meantime, though, in the bottom lane, we see the condemn onto in-sub, I should say, but nothing comes of it.
Nothing. I mean, good to see a Shen being very aggressive. It can be a little bit difficult to get a bit of damage down early on as Shen, but you just stick in there, I suppose. And he did do a fair bit of damage, as you said, throwing out the ignite though. So he did use that one for no kill, but going to force the Vlad out of lane. In middle lane, we do see Lysandra versus Oriana here. Lysandra farming not too poorly. Vladimir's going to need to be careful here top lane, or perhaps they're going to try and grab this blue. They will. Ward's going to go down, going to try and steal Lysandra's blue. We'll see if Myth can pull this off or not. They will. Actually, the blue went to, oh no, they've got one each now, so that's okay. They're sharing the love.
They are indeed sharing the love there, so Deceit just walking away, potentially looking to pick up his red. I Yes, at this point in time, yes he is, and he's just gone for the nice, really Spirit Stone. We'd probably expect that, or as we see some action down the bottom lane, though. Fluffy Cow gets a Stand United put onto himself, backing off immediately. Freezer is going to drop. First blood goes to Fluffy Cow. That was the poison that picked that one up. Very well played. And Chili's down here as well now.
He is. Was that Stand United even required? Did it save him then, or did he just sort of, he taunted through? But I'm not sure whether it made the difference. I'd have to go back.
Not too sure whether that was required.
Yeah, I have to go back and have a look. But now they're all down there. They're going to be very keen to grab that tower. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do it or not. They do have 4 of them here. We will see Lysandra should be able to come through. Throws out her claw. Jarvan onto Shen. Nice ultimate coming out of Lysandra. She will pick up Twitch. It looks like Nami's in a bit of trouble as well. Shen going to pick her up. Lysandra chasing out Shen, but going to be in a very bad decision. Probably needs to get all the way back below, underneath the turret there. Going to have to use that flash. Probably didn't need to chase that one down. So 3 kills up here for Myth eSports, or 3-1 even, but they will not get the tower.
No, they won't there. In the meantime, Joska still pushing up this top lane. He didn't actually manage to get a tower while all that was happening down the bottom lane either. So that was a bit disappointing, I suppose. But I think Deceit, or Elevate, as he likes to be called, was up there in the top lane, just clearing those waves. So nice sort of movement from him there, just securing that tower, making sure that Myth don't lose it. In the meantime, though, we actually just saw a ping on the Dragon there by Myth eSports, and they might be thinking about it soon. But it looks like Joska's getting died on there by Deceit. Is it going to be enough? No.
Did catch him unawares there, but will manage to get out of that one relatively unscathed. We have a look at this at the top lane at the moment. 78 CS for Vladimir, only 53 for Shen. Obviously Shen a little bit of a disadvantage. Down the bottom lane, we'll see Nami going to Aqua Prison onto that Twitch vein, though. Forced to flash out of that one. So what looked like it could have been a pretty decent engage turns out to be not so much with that Twitch and Sona. There we go. I just have to mouse over sometimes. Just sometimes have to mouse over. Twitch and Sona proving too strong. Are they just putting out too much damage? That looked like a good engage.
Yeah, it did, and I think it would have actually been a kill for Fluffy Cow on the Twitch if he had just saved his expunge. He actually used it earlier, and it didn't. I don't think it was in range for proccing onto Freezer, and then he got, I think it was 6 stacks onto Boo, but of course, being on cooldown, he couldn't pick up the kill. But nonetheless, they will pick up the turret for it and extend their gold lead. Myth eSports doing really well so far. Got a lead of about 2k at this point in time. In the meantime, at the top, see a bit of a duel going on between Joska and Denuncio. Denuncio actually getting that Hemo Plague put onto him. The Ignite is onto Joska. Will it be enough to finish him off? Hemo Plague still ticking. Denuncio is getting so low, and he drops. Well played to Joska.
That was very nice play out of Vladimir here. He should be able to push this turret. Evelyn's actually going to come up from below. Knows with the pink ward there that she might be able to come through and grab him right underneath the turret. There we go. 1, 2, and turns into a pool of blood. Still don't know what that's called. Evelyn in a little bit of trouble here. She's got the advantage, but Vladimir did manage to take out quite a fair bit of damage there onto Evelyn. Evelyn will be able to just save this tower in the top, and it looks like we might be... No, I thought we were going for Dragon, but we're not. Not yet. We're not ready. No, you can't have it.
Not quite ready yet.
No.
Yeah, and it's interesting actually, because if Myth do decide to try for a Dragon, you know, they've got to be really careful because of Brattle's AU on that Lysandra. Obviously can get so much AoE damage out, you know, very quickly. And if Joska decide to come down and help them out, then you know, that's just going to be multiplying on itself with that Hemo Plague as well. So looks like Myth eSports just taking the safe option at the moment, giving Chili that blue buff. Maybe they're going to rethink their Dragon plans and not go for it just yet.
So it's called Sanguine Pool. Is that what it's called? There we go. That's the ability. Turns into a pool of blood. There you go. I'm up on it.
There we go.
Honestly, I'm going to keep calling it pool of blood. That's cool. That's cool. That's where we're at. So, again, there comes out the pause. I haven't got chat up because I am streaming. I'm not sure if you can see, Gadget, what the reason for this pause is.
Yeah, apparently Phil is lagging, so
Phil, stop
so
downloading torrents, mate. Come on.
Awful. And interesting, actually, we normally, well, last few Australian tournaments that I've cast, we've normally had a lag from the players or a few more pauses than this, but today it's been smooth as, at least for all the matches that we've cast, Sam, man. It's been pretty much pause-free.
We have, and there we go. We're back into it.
Ready.
Yeah, we've had a pretty good day in terms of matches and pauses, so back into this one. We'll see what's going to come out of this one. Have a look down the bottom lane. Still not going to go for that dragon in the top lane. It looks maybe not. Elise is going to try and grab Lyssandra's blue. Elise, Evelyn's going to try and grab Lyssandra's blue, because Lysandra is not in any sort of state to get her own blue. She is dead. Oriana going to pick up the kill. Going to take it out to 5 and 2. That's about 2.4k lead as that top tower does go down. Just Saying going to pick up that one as well. We'll see. Shen going to pull out the taunt. Evelyn going to come in here. Sanguine Pool comes out. I know all the names now. Looks like he may be in a little bit of trouble. Shen should be able to get the taunt out again quite soon. Doesn't even need to do that. Deceit / Elevate will pick up the kill in the top lane, whilst Chili and Insub are going to take out that middle turret. And looking pretty good here for Myth Esports at 15 minutes in.
Yeah, it certainly is, and we just see Cell there backing away from Chili and Insub. Looks like Elevate just picking up that red buff, and yeah, you're right, it is looking good for Myth Esports. 15 minutes in, 6-2 kills in their favour. They're one turret up as well. Got a nice gold lead, doing pretty well in all of their lanes. Top lane, a little bit of a CS discrepancy, but nothing too major in favour of Josker up there, but they're definitely in a position where they want to be. Another sort of unfortunate thing for Myth is that Fluffy Cow doesn't actually have that finished off blade of the Ruin King, but I'm sure he's probably going to back after this wave and pick it up as well.
Interesting to see Shen going back. I thought maybe he'd be heading towards that the what's it called? The burning coat. I'm just going to call it a burning coat. All right, he's heading towards that, yeah. But he doesn't. For the split pushing ability, he does pick up the Spectre's Cowl instead. There won't be any what's it called? Builds out a giant spell. I have no idea.
Oh yeah, the Sunfire Cape.
Sunfire Cape, burning coat, exactly same thing. Pretty sure here. Evelyn almost going to pick up a kill in the bottom lane. Just going to require that Vayne to come in and I think just condemned her away in the final seconds there. Will save Jarvan from losing his life to his opposite jungle, and Myth Esports just starting to sort out. They've decided they might go for this dragon, and now they have engaged.
Yeah, they had this, so as we actually see the flash there from Battles into it, and Deceit drops so fast. Insub has a Hemo play ticking onto him. Game over for him. Fluffy Cow, though, doing a lot of damage there, and targeting Freezer at the moment. Will Freezer have enough to pick him up? No, he will not. Fluffy Cow at the moment doing work. That will be a double kill for Chili, and a absolutely fantastic fight there for Fluffy Cow. And the rest of Myth Esports, it's all said and done, 2 for 4 in their favour. And Deceit actually picked up the dragon as well.
They did indeed, so it looked like that was going to be a potentially good engage with Boo coming in there and that Nami ultimate, but in the end just way too much damage came out of Myth Esports. They picked up the dragon, they grabbed all that, and that was just pretty well done. I think they killed every member of Just Saying then who came in to that fight, because Jum was the only one left, and I'm pretty sure he was in base. So not ideal situation.
That's right there. So, meantime, Fluffy Cow on that Twitch, he's just going to be backing out, taking a look. He's got 1,200 gold in the bank. Might be looking, last whisper, I suppose he's building at the moment. Could also be an Infinity Edge, of course. That would be a pretty pick-up next. In the meantime, though, that top tower does finally go down. Got Insub in the middle lane, just backing out there, but good to see Denuzia getting some work done with that split push. And he's just going to be going back now.
He will be going back. So Spectre's Cow, sorry. Oh, it was a Spectre's Cow into Spirit Passage. We see the initiation in the middle. Oriana ultimate comes out.
Wow.
Chili will pick up a kill. Deceit / Elevate picks up a kill. Insub picks up a kill as well. Evelyn too strong. Look, they're going to push this middle lane. And there's not, they got the ding going out, but there's not much Joska can do. Vayne's going to have to come back here because they're just waiting for these minion waves to come up. And they're going to push through, might be able to grab up this, or they'll grab the turret. Will they be able to grab the inhibitor as well? Just Vayne and Vladimir here. We'll see. The four of them should be able to push this one through. Vladimir does come in, but he's forced away. Not much Vayne can do from this point. He just doesn't have the range. And inhibitor is going to get picked up, all from that fantastic Orianna ultimate shockwave, just pulling them all in, and then it was game over.
Yep, that's right there, and game over. Certainly was, but yeah, in the meantime, TGS, they're definitely on the back foot at the moment in this game, but they've got the sort of team comp where it doesn't take, it doesn't take too many mistakes from Myth eSports to sort of turn the fight around into TJS's favour. So obviously with that Vayne, all Vayne really needs early on, I suppose, is that Blade of the Rune King, that ultimate, and you can just deal so much damage like we're seeing now. Deceit, he's getting jumped on, and that will be a sure kill, I'd assume.
Nice work. That was a nice flag toss into ultimate there from Jarvan. Just drew so much, managed to get so much distance over the course of that and really turned that around. The Vayne obviously throwing down the Blade of the Rune King slow, and that obviously contributed. Going to pick up that kill. Way too strong. Top lane, just a bit of back and forth there. We see 4 members here from Just Saiyan going to push through in this middle lane. We'll see what's going to happen. They don't want to get caught in another Orianna ult, I would suspect. Dragon should be up relatively soon. But we will be seeing Myth eSports push this middle lane for at least the moment to see how far they can get through. But obviously they've already pushed through all the way to that inhibitor. Top lane, Joska in a little bit of trouble here. Will manage to get away. Nami comes in with a bit of a heal, and Denuncio will back away.
Yeah, so Denuncio there backing off. Should be fine. He actually tried for the taunt onto Joss there, but that's not going to happen. In the meantime, the rest of Myth are pretty keen for this. We actually see the flash there from Denuncio going under the tower. The dive comes out. The Igniter's on. Nice condemned, though, by Freesia into the wall. And that will just save Joska there. Nice bit of play, but this tower's not looking too healthy. It'll probably get a lot of damage put onto it.
Nice decision from Myth eSports to swing around from mid lane into this top lane to try and pick up this second tier top turret. Nice flash there over the Nami ultimate. Fluffy Cow seeing himself get caught out there. Shen's going to taunt in. Orianna throws out a ball. Denuncio will take out the ADC in Freezer. We will see Joska. He's going to be in a bit of trouble as well. Joska going to get slain. Oh, I think he picks up a kill before going to go down to Shen, however. And they're going to be able to push this lane all the way through. I don't know if they'll be able to get this turret in time before the rest of Just Saiyan comes through or not, but they're certainly going to give it a go.
Yeah, they are, and nice little bit of clear helped out there by Cell, but the rest of Myth eSports just going to be backing off now. Don't want to push their luck too hard. They've already got that middle inhib down, and this game's looking pretty good for them so far, Sam. And of course, this is a best-of-3 series, so this is only the first game. But if TJS still can extend this game, maybe another 10 minutes on, get some more sort of big items on their hard scaling sort of carries. Vayne, obviously Vlad as well scales extremely well. Then they're definitely still in this with a chance. So we'll just have to wait and see whether Myth eSports can close this out.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time. See if they can pull this out just long enough. We'll see what's going to happen. But there has been an awful lot of pressure put on them by Myth eSports. They've lost all their top turrets down to the inhibitor turret. They've lost everything in their mid lane. And bottom lane is just starting to push through as well, as we see Myth eSports perhaps standing up for a bit of a gank here over on this Baron side. I'm not sure if they're faking towards Baron. I think perhaps just going to throw out a ward. A lot of pings going to go down. Initiation in the middle. Stand United going to come out here. Gets knocked back there. Jarvan ult comes in. Lysandra ult comes in. There goes Freezer will take out Fluffy Cow. Ooh. Denuncio actually takes out Cell there. Vayne going to use her ultimate, but she's in a lot of trouble. Going to get chased down here. Insub actually going to pick up that kill. As the rest of Just Saiyan splits across the middle. It is time for them to back, but they are in a lot of trouble. We're 22 minutes in, and we're at their Nexus towers here. with Super Creeps.
Yes, we are there. So there we are. The surrender comes out. The first game in this best of 3 in the semi-final as Brothers AU gets dropped. Goes to Myth eSports. Very dominant display of force there by them. 19 to 8 in terms of the kills. 10k gold lead by the end as well. Well played. I think TGS might have to go back to the drawing board for game 2.
They will, even after throwing out all those targeted bans. They do lose that game. So that is game 1 of this best of 3 series between Team Saiyan Myth eSports. Myth eSports, as we just said, are up 1. It is the Ozone Revolution Cup, brought to you by Ozone Gaming Gear, supported by Performance Gaming. I'm Saiyan, and that is GoGo Gadget. We'll be back in just a minute with this game 2, legitimately a matter of minutes. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back very, very shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Game 2 of Myth Esports vs Team Saiyan. I'm Saiyan. I'm joined by Go Gadget, and we're here. Ozone Revolution Cup, losers bracket, but we're getting pretty close to the end of this losers bracket, aren't we, man? We're getting close to the finals.
Yes, we are. This is the sort of hot end of the competition at the moment, and we just saw a pretty heated game, specifically by Myth Esports last game, when we just saw them absolutely dominate. I think it's safe to say Team Saiyan there, and hopefully Team Saiyan will come into this one with a new mindset, maybe some new picks, new comp, something like that hopefully shakes things up a bit. But for now, it looks like Myth Esports, they're pretty much just banning the same champions. The only difference is they decided to take out Zach, as Team Saiyan didn't.
And we saw Shen, Zed, and Thresh coming out here for Team Saiyan as their bans. I think Shen proved a little bit difficult for them before. Zed obviously left over from that previous Myth game where absolutely dominating with Zed in mid, even, and Thresh is just a pain in the ass. And we see you don't ban Elise. I think we're going to be seeing Elevate/Deceit here picking up Elise. You can't win, can you? Really, you can't win. So.
That's right. And feels like, whatever jungler elevates on, whether it's Elise, whether it's Evelyn, he does work. So that is already a little bit worrying for TJSF, Team Saiyan. But in the meantime, it looks like they're going to be getting their first picks locked in right now. And those will be the Orianna that's locked in, potentially even a Jarvan as well. I quite like Jarvan jungle. Obviously, it worked out decently in the last game. And yes, it is going to be locked in.
So Orianna, we've seen a lot of Orianna today. Whether I think did Myth play Orianna last game? Was that or did it go to TJS? Who had it?
In the last game, I do believe that was not Brattle's AU, so it was Myth. Yeah.
All right. So you give it. I'm pretty sure that TJS actually used that in one of the first games that we saw today. So perhaps would have preferred Orianna last game, but did not get her. I'm not sure which way the pick came in. Doesn't matter. He's again saying that Jarvan jungle is very, very strong. He can close distances. His ultimate's a bit of a pain in the ass, and overall he's just a tanky guy that does a bit of damage in the jungle. We'll see Renekton potentially coming out top here, and we're just waiting to see what support they will be picking. In sub did have up Sona, I believe. Now Evelyn's pretty strong. Sona's pretty strong. We'll see what they will come out with. We'll be seeing that Zyra probably in support, I would suspect, and Deceit/Elevate will be picking up Renekton for whoever is in top lane.
Yep, yeah, that's right there. So looks like for now though, PJS just thinking about their next two picks in the game. It looks like thinking about a Sona pick there would work. Yeah, pretty well, I suppose, in their team comp. In the meantime, Brattles as well needs to pick maybe an AD he could pick right now, or even a top laner. So in terms of the ADs that we've seen so far, lots of Vayne. Vayne hasn't actually been locked in, and everyone loves playing Vayne, so that is what we could see. Yeah, but who knows? We've still got 15 seconds left on the clock. Could be a top laner to go up against Renekton. They do know, almost for sure, I'd say, that Renekton is going to be the top laner for Myth. So could be pretty safe to pick a top laner right now.
I would suspect that would make sense. Varus, they're going to get locked in.
They've gone for that.
They went for that. Okay. Maybe he didn't have the champs he needed. We'll see. Unsure what the GO was there, but nevertheless they will lock in both their bottom lane champions. We would suspect. We have a look. Fluffy Cow going to go straight in and grab Ezreal. So potentially, most likely Ezreal in the bottom lane, but we will see where Chili picks up here. Chili, we'll see what he wants to do. What has he played so far that's been strong? Last game, I think he said he had Orianna. In the game before, we saw him. Oh, Fizz could be an interesting. Fizz is always a bit of a pain to deal with. Bit of his troll pole. We'll see if he does go with Fizz in the middle lane, or if he does decide to pick up someone else. We'll just wait this one out.
Yeah, he's certainly thinking about it. I mean, could of course change at the last minute. I don't know about picking, actually picking Fizz against Orianna. I think has the potential to work. I'm not too sure, but I mean, looks like it's going to be locked in though.
It will. I guess if you're counting on those Elise ganks like we have seen from Elevate throughout these matches, has been very, very strong with those mid ganks. It could work out. You get Fizz a bit of a lead. He will be a pain to deal with. Joska, last pick here for Just Saiyan, and we'll be seeing who's going to go into this top lane most likely. Only one pick left. Who is good against Renekton? What's a good? He's pretty tanky. He does a reasonable amount of damage. He's just a pain overall. Seeing Jace, he's got a bit of poke, I suppose. What's the normal go-to?
I mean, against Renekton, there's not really any top laners which kind of hands down, flat out beat Renekton. You know, Jace is decent. Rumble, like he's hovering over there, is decent. Kennen actually does do quite well against Renekton because as Renekton is sort of dashing up to Kennen to get that little harass combo in. Kennen can just stun him and back off. But yeah, there we are. Rumble, pretty even matchup, of course. Does depend, if one of the top laners gets ahead early on, then it can be a little bit painful for the other, but at least on even footing, it's probably a skill-based matchup up there.
Should be an interesting lane. Rumble, we have seen today, has made a pretty good difference, a pretty big difference even if he has been played well in those matchups. We have a look. So we'll be seeing Renekton in the top lane, down to Elise in the jungle. We have Myth Chili there, with Fizz in the mid lane, and down in the bottom lane we'll have Fluffy Cow with Ezreal, and in sub with that Zyra. Over on Just Saiyan, we'll be seeing in the top lane Joska on the Rumble, down to Jarvan in the jungle. Again, a pretty good pick there. Orianna for Brattle's AU. Then in the bottom lane we have TJS's Boo with that. Man, I got so close with that Sona and Freezer down there with Varus. I got so close to getting all 10 in a row and not making a mistake. So close. Almost there. Right. Almost there. So we're into delay time now. We will remove the Champ Select spell overlay, and we can have a look at these. Go through those.
See the summoner spells. So looks like pretty standard summoner spells across the board. Although Brattle's AU on that Orianna in the mid lane, he's actually picked up a barrier, and I actually quite like that pickup because, I mean, against a Fizz, especially with that Elise jungle that the elevator's running, that barrier definitely will help him out in any sort of unfavorable situations, any sort of ganks. And against a Fizz, as Orianna, you're probably not going to have too much kill potential. So just going for that more defensive option, kind of relying on the fact that Orianna does scale slightly better than Fizz into the later stages of the game.
So I guess we got a lot of poke here for Just Saiyan, with the Sona and the Varus, both pretty poke heavy. Ezreal's got a bit of poke on himself, and so does Zyra. So it should be an interesting comp down the bottom. Which of the two team comps, or in the bottom lane anyway, do you think has the early game potential?
Oh, I mean, Varus is a very strong laner. Pair Varus up with Sona, another pretty strong laner still, even after all of the nerfs. Then you've got a really good lane, and especially once they hit 6, they're going to have a lot of kill potential. With that crescendo, with that chain of corruption down there, that could get a little bit hairy for Myth pretty quickly. But of course, Myth, they have Zyra and that Ezreal down there, so very hard to catch, very hard to lock down. Zyra's got a lot of disengage. Ezreal can get out of lots of sticky situations, of course. So I just have to wait and see how it plays out.
Alrighty, so we've got about 50 seconds left in this delay period here. Looking into Game 2 of Myth eSports versus Just Saiyan in the losers bracket semi-finals of the Ozone Revolution Cup, brought to you by Ozone Gaming Gear, supported by Performance Gaming. Hit both those guys up, or both those companies up, on Facebook. I think it is Ozone Gaming Australia on Facebook and Performance Gaming on Australia. Follow us over here at TeamDownTV. Obviously, we have our 2 Twitch pages. You're probably watching number 2 if you're listening to me. If you've got both of them open, you might be watching both of them. So thank you to that. Follow us over here. Follow us over on Facebook as well. You can catch me on Twitter, TDTV_Sandman. I don't really say much interesting. Or you can follow, I would recommend following even my partner here, Go Gadget, as Go Gadget ESL. He's been holding me up all day, in a good way. Not holding me back, holding me up in this casting of these LoL games. So big shout out to you, mate. Thank you very much. It's been awesome going through these games. Had a lot of fun as we start to head towards the end of this final series and into what will mostly be some winners bracket finals into the grand final this evening. So skin battle, that Atlantean Fizz, I like that.
No, that's a very good skin. You're right. And what else have we got? What else have we got around the place? We've got Frosted Ezreal, Outback Renekton. Love the Outback Renekton, of course. Rumble in the Jungle. Pretty sort of standard skins across the board as well. But yeah, you're right. That Atlantean Fizz, that's a top tier.
I just don't find him scary. I don't find him scary. I don't know. There's something about a crocodile Dundee. It's a little bit incestuous. He hasn't got the bulk on. I'm waiting. I did see there was something going around of a new Renekton skin I saw somewhere. I can't remember what it was, but it was pretty impressive. I like Renekton. Wouldn't mind a new skin. Rumble in the Jungle again. Yeah, okay. Just want that the Battlecast Rumble, as we were saying before.
Battlecast Rumble.
Yeah,
Riot, please.
Yeah, Riot, please, please. I'll buy it. $20 right now. Let's go. I got this. Warring Kingdoms Jarvan. I don't mind. He's pretty cool. A lot of Jarvan skins. Black Crystal Barris looks pretty cool. Orianna, I guess. Whatever. That's a little bit boring. And what is that? I can't. GUG or is it GUQ? Sonar.
GUQ, I think. Yeah, but
I'm obviously missing it.
Who knows? Who knows there? But yeah, one thing's for sure, this is a pretty intense game. It's all down to TGS this game to stand up and really win it, because of course it is a best of 3. If TJS lose this game, then that's it. They're out. C8's curtains for them, but Myth eSports, they're definitely going to be wanting to close out this best of 3 as soon as possible. And just looking at their team comp, they've got some sort of favoured picks there. That jungle Elise, I'm pretty sure Denuncio very confident on that top lane Renekton as well. So it's definitely going to take a very, very big effort from Team Just Saying to pull this one off.
Absolutely. I'm actually a bit of a fan of this Myth eSports team comp right now. So we'll see if Team Just Saying have it in them. We'll have a look. They've actually managed to get all the way down. They're just having a look over here near the blue buff of TJS. Just in the jungle. Is going to hang in the brush here. A lot of waiting around. I like that each early game is the same but different. It's sort of similar things, but it's kind of always in different locations. You never know what's going to happen. So it's an interesting thing. That's what I like about the first 2 minutes of this, as opposed to the first 2 minutes of, for example, a StarCraft game. 90% of the time, the first 90 seconds is going to be the exact same thing, unless you're cheesing. So cheese in this is good though. It's always a team battle. So they're going to push in here to the blue buff. They're going to obviously try and hold this out. Are they going to try and hold it, or we'll see what's going to happen here. I don't know if Renekton really wants to back. He will, because he wants to go and grab that top lane. It might be time for Myth eSports to pull away here. They do have 4v4 though. That ball is going to grab vision of all of them. Rumble's going to run into the top lane. They are going to try and hang out here. Perhaps no. They've had enough. They throw in the ward, and they're going to back off.
Yeah, that's right. So looks like the pings are on that blue buff there, of course. That ward is going to start Team Just Saying, starting there. It's of course going to be taken by Cell the jungler. Probably going to be given a smiteless leash. In the meantime, of course, Elevate on that Elise. Looks like he's just starting red. Probably expect him to be taking the same sort of jungle path like we saw him when he was last playing Elise in the jungle there. So in the meantime, it's going to be once again standard lane matchups all around.
Standard lane, just like we enjoy seeing. Well, I enjoy seeing standard lane matchups. It's a bit of fun for a bit of flavour of the month, swinging around. But at the end of the day, I want to see the ADC versus the ADC. I want to see mid lane versus your mid lane. That's, for me personally, that's what I like. I like seeing the guys playing the same roles and seeing who is better in those roles, as opposed to who can sit under the tower and defend 2v1 for 10 minutes sort of thing. So we'll have a look what is going on. Ward's gone out in this bottom lane. Not much here. Elise going only now going to pick up. She must have started red, obviously, and going to go around, try up into this top lane. I suspect Jarvan has picked up both his buffs, and he's going to come in perhaps into the middle lane. We'll see what's going to go on there. Ping's going out from Jarvan in this mid lane, but Fizz just holding back. Elise up in the top lane in the brush, in spider form. She's going to try and get round behind Rumble, but he does have a fair bit of life early on, to be fair.
Yeah, no, that's right there. And looks like all the stun actually comes out onto Joska there. He's in a lot of trouble. Is he not going to come out? Yes, it is. Is it going to be enough? Oh, we're going to see the tower dive from Deceit there. Elevate picks up the first blood. Great bit of play.
That was very impressive. Does die. I can hear it was lag coming out right now. It was lag. Let's pause this. That's my excuse for giving up first blood. But it was a very nice dive from Elevate up there, as Elise, so strong as we have seen him with Elise in another game already today. So that jungle makes such a huge difference. If you can get a really good jungle in your team, and Elevate slash Deceit, as he is named here, has been putting out the goods today, I suppose.
Yep, definitely there. So, like, might have potentially been having a bit of lag happening there, but we are getting the unpause coming out now, so I think everything's good. Meantime, though, we are going to be seeing Battles AU in that mid lane doing quite well so far against Chile on the Fizz. Fizz actually, 8 CS behind us, probably what you'd expect early. Fizz, he's not that good of a laner until he hits 6, until you can really, put the kill pressure on, as we see Insub taking so much damage in the bottom lane.
He is just starting to struggle a little bit. Just pushing them back. Zyra's going to have to back out here. Might be able to throw some plants down from afar. Let's have a look. As you said, 8 CS behind in the mid lane. Renekton up 8 CS in the top lane. Jungle, much of a muchness, because Elise did pick up that first blood. She's already gone back and grabbed that Spirit Stone, and yeah, we'll see what's going to go on here. Elise coming through to the bottom lane here. I'm not sure if he's going to go for this gank. Just ping in that tri-brush, but they have their own ward in there. Elise does repel. Nice use of repel to get across onto the other minions to throw out a potential cocoon, but it does not hit in the top lane. A little bit of back and forth between Rumble and Renekton, and the same in the mid lane.
That's right there. So Battles AU just taking a little bit of harass Chile there. Actually, Chile's going to dive right back on him. Counter from Cell there. Counter aggression. But it's not going to net anything, Chile. They're very quick to jump away. Nice little try there from Cell, though.
Interesting to see Elise been trying a fair bit in the bottom lane. Nothing actually in the mid lane as of yet. We'll see if she's going to come through. Just do a bit of farming for the moment. But it was mid lane a few games ago where she made that huge difference up against, I believe it was a Lux, and certainly contributed largely to both the Zed getting fed and the winning of the game. So, in the bottom lane, we'll see Zyra and Ezreal going to push through here. Top lane, as it swaps through, good old directed camera, Renekton and Rumble up there. Fizz just going to jump through. Elise does throw out the cocoon, but from not an ideal spot, and will get caught up on a minion here. So overall, just back and forward. Nice little lane battles for 6 minutes in.
Yeah, that's right there. So, taking a look at the, the CS, all of the lanes at the moment, as Josker actually takes a little bit of damage. In the meantime, in the mid lane, we see the fish. 8 battles there. Wasn't enough to kill him, though. And Cell there. Got a little bit of damage onto Chile. Looks like Chile potentially was suffering from a little bit of lag there. Something like that. He's got the game paused up, so he did indeed freeze. So, hopefully we can get all of those lag issues sorted out and get this game back underway. But yeah, you're right, Sam. There's been action all across every lane, and which I'd just like to point out up in the top lane to Nuzio. He's got a Negatron cloak, and that's really doing work against Josko, as we can see there in the CS difference, which is almost 10 CS at the 6-minute stage of the game.
Yeah, that the Renekton up against the Rumble obviously with that AP damage. So down the bottom lane, we'll see Freezer going to throw out his Q. Rumble's going to get pushed back here in the top lane, And mid lane, Jarvan just last hitting. He's not pushing. He's just taking a little bit of CS, just a little bit of experience. Nothing too much though. Being the nice guy that he is, obviously. Top lane again, Rumble versus Renekton. Going to push down. Looks like Renekton just getting the better. I think you're right there. That Negatron cloak making a huge difference. He will dive the tower. Needs to get pushed back just a little bit there. Probably going a little bit too far in, having to use that ultimate. You see Deceit / Elevate does pick up a cocoon onto Orianna. Actually, in the top lane, Jarvan might be able to come across here. This might be Denuncio in a lot of trouble. Going to slice and dice in the one direction, but it's not going to make a difference. He will go down there, as I think Jarvan picked up that kill.
Yeah, I think he did indeed there, and we actually see Denuncio picking up the Spectre's cow. So it's going to give him a little bit of extra help in this lane. In the meantime, though, Myth eSports, look at this. They're taking the Dragon. I don't think we're going to see any contention here from TJS. So there we are. It does go down in the end. Of course, Deceit, or Elevate, if you will, with a nice smite. It's that one up.
Yeah, 7.5 minute Dragon. Uh-oh. Jarvan is in trouble. There goes one. There goes two. That's the third hit. Chile will take out Jarvan in the middle. So overall, that would have been a fair few assists for them as well, perhaps. So a nice bunch of global gold. Going to put them 800 gold in the lead. That was about a 7-minute Dragon with an Elise. Elise, you know, it does a fair bit of damage, but it was nice for them to be able to pull that out with an offensive jungler like Elise there. I'm sure they will be very, very happy about that one. In the bottom lane, we see Fluffy Gal just going to pull back a little bit. But 2-1, no turrets down, out to a 1k gold lead from where we were before. So Fizz going to initiate onto Orianna, but he does get chased away here in the mid lane.
He does this, so like, taking stock of the CS at the moment. Well, we've got a bit of a lull in the action. Orianna is up 10 CS in the mid lane, but of course Chile on that Fizz has picked up that kill, so he's pretty much, well, no, he's actually even ahead in gold as he just got that blue buff as well. So doing pretty well there, and he's got a little bit stockpiled up as well, 1k, so he might be looking to go back soon, maybe pick up something. But for now, we might be seeing the counter jungle here. Elevate on that Elise, picking up that red buff, and that should be a pretty safe steal. Although, as I say that, we've actually got 3 members of Team Just Saying congregating on towards Elevate there. Deceit takes so much damage. Equalizer comes out. That's going to help them get 2 kills. TJS respond well.
That was very nicely done by them. I don't even think they had any wards up there. They just, they knew, they did have one ward over in the Tri-Brush. I'm not sure if that picked anyone up, but it did make all the difference, and double kill going to get picked up there. Going to put them out ahead now by about 100 gold. So was not worth that red buff. Not necessarily the best decision making from Elise, but I guess that's part of being aggressive. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You've just got to try and make sure that it falls in your favour the majority of the time.
Yep, that is right. So in the meantime, looks like Denuncio just putting a little bit more pressure onto Joska there. Joska responding with a little bit of a flame spitter, but he's definitely not winning these trades up in the top lane. As we actually see the fish onto Brothers AU in the middle lane, that's going to eat him up. Barrier's actually very nicely timed, and Main Fact saved him. As we see him, he's still sticking in the fight, but has to back out now. He's a little bit too low. The cocoon does not hit. That will be no kills for either side.
No deal. Nothing happening in the middle. Lots and lots of fighting, but nothing of any consequence. Bottom lane, we see, I don't know if there's any kills. There haven't been many kills going out in this bottom lane. Oh, flashing away from Freezer's ultimate there. And that was very, very well done from Zyra. Have a look at Joska up here. Actually, Denuncio taking a fair bit of damage. He will pull out the heal. And Joska just backs off a little bit, perhaps wants to fight this one out underneath the turret. There we go, the flash crescendo, and that is it for Zyra. We will see that Fluffy Cow might be in a bit of trouble as well. Barrier does come out. One last hit, and that will be the end of that. Elise going to come in, though, will take out Sona. There's Spiderling. Did he use Repel already? I'm not sure. Cocoon maybe need to swap into human form. There we go. Q comes out. 1, 2... Oh, slow. There we go. There is your Cocoon back into spider form, and one more hit. Deceit going to get the double kill, even though it doesn't say so. That was just, if only she'd been there 3 seconds earlier. It's all about timing, isn't it, Gadget?
No, that's right there, and I think unfortunately for Elevate, he didn't actually manage to even get in on that Sona kill, because what ended up killing him was a last millisecond Mystic shot coming out of Fluffy Cow just before he died. He got it perfectly aimed, and that actually ended up finishing off Boo there. But Elevate did come in there, did manage to pick up Freezer, so worked in the end.
Was worth it there. We have a look at the Oriana coming down to the bottom lane. Not sure what she's doing there, perhaps just throwing down a couple of wards. Jarvan was defending that bottom turret, but he's going to pull on out. Zora and Ezreal are going to head back into the bottom lane. Fizz in mid lane now, back with Oriana. Everyone's getting back to where they should be, and we'll be back into a little bit of laning phase here, perhaps until that next Drake/Dragon War, depending on what part of the earth you're from, comes back up. And we'll just see. I want some more Elise ganks. The play coming out of Elevate, he just gets some impressive play down. It's really, really fun to watch.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And yeah, Elevate in all of these games, he's just shown that he's so capable mechanically of just, making those plays happen. So props to him, of course, and he hasn't really dropped the ball at all. And something actually which, while we've got a bit of a lull in the action, we can look at is, as I say that though, Elevate in the middle lane, he's looking for the gank onto Brattles, and Brattles flashes that one, actually flashes into the cocoon. The fish is onto him, does manage to get that shockwave off. Is it going to be enough? The ignite's on, and he actually shields himself, but there we are. Elevate secures it with the neurotoxin.
I thought they were going to just give away that kill then, but the barrier, or the ball barrier even, I'm just going to call it those ones, too strong, but not strong enough. Almost too strong, I suppose. Almost too strong. Elise now, she thinks, right, perhaps this is a good time to steal the red. Red is not there. Not sure if he wants to go top or not. No, side doesn't want to throw away another death just for the sake of it. It's safer just to back and go and spend some money. 3, 1, and 1. Elise looking pretty good at the moment. In the top lane, this Rumble versus Renekton battle is just back and forth, a little bit slow. Oh, nice piercing arrow. Ultimate going to come out there from Freezer. There we go. Oh, Fluffy Cow going to throw out his ultimate. Is he going to be able to pick up this ADC one? Oh, so close. So close. If Sona had stayed, she might have died, but she also might have picked up the kill. Jarvan's going to EQ in and pick up a kill for himself, but not before these two players from Myth eSports are going to come in. Jarvan's going to get across the wall. He does. Elise repels across. There is the ball coming out from Oriana, and he might be able to get away. No cocoon. Too strong. Fizz, does he have a troll pole? He does not. Ball out again. Elise, no. Jarvan's going to jump across that wall. That was a nice chase. Only Oriana saving the day. Almost some fantastic play from well, it was fantastic play from Myth, but it just didn't pay off.
Yeah, that was so close. I thought as soon as that cocoon from Elevate hit, it was like, boom, a guaranteed kill. But no, we just saw Brattles AU and Cell persisting in their escape, and it paid off for them in the end. So well played to them. And well, we've got everyone sort of backing off, coming back into the lane now. What I really like, I'll just touch on Fluffy Cow's items. What he's gone for is the rush of the Mana Immune, and that is, what you actually do see a lot of, a lot of Korean Ezreals, purely because that's the way that you can kind of maximize its power, as soon as possible by turning this here into a Mana Immune ASAP. And he's complemented that with a Sheen after that. So that 200 mana from the Sheen, not only is it giving him mana, but also the attack damage as well. So good pickups there by Fluffy Cow.
So getting that the tier early on, obviously a lower early game damage, I suppose, but as the match progresses, and they're only 900 gold behind, there's not a huge difference. Just going to get stronger and stronger in comparison to that Varus, who has been building AD the entire time. See an initiation in the top lane. Rumble will go down here. Myth Chili is going to pick up the kill, even they will be able to take up this top turret. Whilst Just Saying say, well, you're going to take our top tower, we better take out your dragon. Ezreal, and there we go. They're going to come in from the bottom lane. Does throw out the ultimate. Red team will take out the dragon, though. Ezreal in a little bit of trouble. Goes too far in. 2 ultimates going to be used, and they're going to pick him up as well. So they probably would have been just better off giving away that dragon and taking these 2 top turrets.
Yeah, potentially there. That was just a little bit unfortunate for Ezreal there, for Fluffy Cow. He kind of went in a little bit too far and paid the price for his actions there. In the meantime, of course, that top lane does go down, lane tower I should say, and Denuncio and Elevate pretty keen to actually keep on pushing this, as we've actually got BO3 putting some pressure on the middle lane. That outer bottom tower is probably going to fall in favour of Team Just Saying there, as it does go down. And in the meantime, Deceit, Elevate just farming up the jungle there, as BO3 actually steals away the big Wraith.
Not fair. Takes it away. Steals it. It's gone. It's gone. We see Elise here has actually got double buffs. I think one of them might be about to expire though. In the middle, let's see if Orianna and Elise. Elise trying to wait out for this gank. Rumble's actually coming in from behind. He has got a ward up there. He's just trying to clear out the brushes. There's no one there, Rumble. It's okay. You're safe, buddy. You are safe. Braddle's just going to manage to run away in time. But we will see middle lane. Jarvan comes in. There's one. Does pull out the shockwave, I believe. Jarvan onto Fizz here. Fizz will choose his troll pole to get away. Jarvan ultimates. Didn't really use that all that well. And the Rumble ult coming out as well. But he's going to EQ in. Ooh. Orianna ball comes out. And they will pick up the support player for Myth eSports here. So that was a decent kill. Pinging over to Baron. Surely not with the intention of actually taking it. Or do they think they're that far ahead?
Yeah, it's pretty early. But I really feel as though we actually are seeing them start up the Baron there. That Arcane Barrage is going to fly. Sorry, True Shot Barrage. Always get that one mixed up. It's going to fly across. Are they going to have enough damage to take it out before Deceit actually comes in there? Deceit's actually going to go in a little bit too late. Oh no, he's just dived into the team after Baron's gone. That's so devastating for Myth eSports there, and they're going to have to back off away from that one. Oh, we're max range! Ultimate there from Varus. Chain of Corruption hits Denuncio, and there we go.
That was a huge 90 seconds for Just Saying. And I suppose both and them and Myth eSports, we see another initiation in here in mid. They just threw away their lives, this Myth eSports team. Plus that Baron, that was a very, very good call from Just Saying to go out there and pick up that Baron at that time. We're going to see it put them 5k ahead on gold with that's huge by 20 minutes. That's a big deal.
Yeah, that's right there. So moment 20 minutes in. The question is, how can Myth eSports come back from like you said, that giant gold disadvantage that they're at the moment? And at this point in time, it's pretty hard for them because TJS, they've got a pretty good scaling team. We've already talked about how chilly on that Fizz. Slightly more of an early to mid-game pick, and later on, we'd probably expect BO3 to outscale them a little bit, but it's really all going to depend on whether they can get some more picks happening on the mid side. But as I say, though, those cells going to go in there and get out.
Middle lane.
It looks like, yeah. The middle lane, both teams just got it.
They're just chillaxing. I like to say it, but they're just chillaxing in lane, just back and forth, a little bit of poking. But I suppose Just Saying are at the point now where they feel like they've got this huge advantage, and they do have this huge advantage. So they want to initiate as much as they can. They've got that Baron buff. They're like, let's do as much as we possibly can whilst we are ahead, whilst we do have this advantage. They're like, we're going to grab this red buff. They're just trying to force out some fights here. Braddle's going to pick up his own blue buff on that Orianna. So now would be the perfect time to jump in here if they can and pick up a couple more kills. This is the time to do it. Joker's going to try and jump in there with Rumble. He will have the cocoon come out on him. They are now just trying to fight and grab this red buff here, trying to force an initiation. Jarvan's going to come in. They're going to be a little bit late, though. Elise does manage to pull out that red buff and get away. They are going to rotate around to this bottom turret, though, this second turret on the bottom side. They're going to push through. They're going to try and pick this one up. As you see, I think Myth have decided this needs to go. There we go. 2 ultimates, 3 ultimates come down. Cell gets knocked up in the air. And there's a nice double kill there as Denuncio will go down. Ezreal's just getting forced away. They thought they might be able to pull out the middle turret in retaliation, this Myth eSports team. But in the end, all they did is get up the bottom turret and a couple of kills at the same time.
Yeah, that's right there. And TJS, they're looking like they're not going to stop for anything at the moment to take these covers. We actually see the fish there eating up Joska there. Oh no, Chili. He's in a little bit of trouble running away there. Piercing arrow hits him. Is it going to be enough? No. In the meantime, we see Bradley going on to Israel there. And Deceit might drop as well. Yes, he does. Bradles picks that one up.
Nice initiation there in the bottom lane. This Just Saying team looks like a completely different team from the last time that we saw them in that last game. They're all going to back now. They're all going to go and buy. It's time to go shopping. Let's see what they can pick up. We have a look at this gold. It's out to almost 7k difference now. That's absolutely huge. They're just getting further and further ahead. Let's have a look at these kills and deaths. A 128 Rumble. That's a lot of assists. 2110 Sona, 416 Oriana. And we go a look and have a look at this Myth eSports team, and they're really starting to struggle. 043 Zyra, Lisa, 3-3 and 2. It's not disgusting, but it's not the advantage that you need. And the same with that Fizz, 2-2 and 1 at 22 minutes in. It's not ideal, is it? You want to be ahead if that's what you're going to be doing.
Yep, no, that's right there. And taking a look, while there's a bit of a quiet patch in this game, there hasn't been many. I've got to say, at the items we've got on both sides, I really feel as though Fluffy Cow and that Ezreal definitely needs to pick up a Last Whisper soon, because Jarvan's got a lot of armor as well as Bradley Sayus picked up that Zhonya's as well. So, as we actually are seeing the initiation attempted there by Cell. Oh no, those grasping roots don't quite hit. Looks like TJ is just going to focus on the Dragon instead.
Dragon time for this red team. Just Saying, going to pick that up pretty much without any sort of consequence there. We did see the Ezreal ultimate come through, but it just a little bit too late, and it's just hoping for the best, but not going to work out for them. They've decided they probably want to push mid now. Oriana's actually down the bottom doing a bit of farming. Jarvan's going to run through the middle. Probably not the best idea, Jarvan. Run away. Good job. Troll Pole here going to chase after TJS's bull, but nothing is going to come of that one. So it looks like we might be seeing a mid battle as Myth eSports do try and take down this middle turret of Team Just Saiyan. When we say Saiyan, we mean like Super Saiyan. Team Just Super Saiyan. Just, yeah.
That's the one. But yeah, we can see now Fluffy Cow just getting the pokes off onto TJS. Onto Team Just Saying, of course, but the issue is to him they're not really dealing that much damage. Taking a look, he hasn't finished off, stacking that mana immune there, as we can just see. This is so tense at the moment. We actually might see the engage there by Cell. Oh, nice equalizer, hits a few members. The Cataclysm comes out. Everyone's knocked up by the Shockwave as well. Chili's the first one to fall. Denuccio's going down quickly as well. Cell's on a rampage. This is a whitewash of a fight in favour of TJS. 3 for none. This is looking dire for Myth eSports, man.
I think it's getting close to GG. I don't want to preemptively call it, but every single fight is going their way. They're just pulling that advantage out further and further. We got an 18-7 lead in terms of kills. We're looking at 10k gold lead here as they try and take out this middle inhibitor turret. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to, or they're going to swing around there saying, hey, why don't we go this top lane? There's still 2 turrets in the top lane. We haven't done much up there. Pretty much free gold. We'll see if they're going to back off. It probably is the right decision here. Nothing really on the field for them to go for at the moment, apart from those top turrets. So I would suspect that would be the right thing to do as their minions do start pushing their way onto that. But at the moment, they're all going to be. They want to buy, push that advantage out further and further, as they do now have that 10k gold lead.
Yes, they do. And just taking a look at Fluffy Cow now, he's actually finally got that Muramana fully stacked up there. So it's a nice little spike in power for him, but the issue is, is it too little too late? I think, maybe, but look at this. Myth eSports going for a bit of a desperation Baron here. This is where we could see the game finished. And, oh no, TJS, they know that they're doing it. This Baron's not going down fast at all. Myth eSports do not have enough sustained damage to do it. They've got an Ezreal with Iceborne Gauntlet. You're not going to get Baron down fast with that at all. And it looks like they've recognised that. And they're backing off TJS, so they are pursuing. And, oh no, Elevate's caught out in a little bit of a dodgy spot. He's going to run towards the tower, though, so he should be fine.
just checking that equalizer from Rumble was up. An equalizer in the Baron pit is pretty much GG. So it was definitely the right decision for Myth eSports to pull out of that one, as Just Saiyan are going to go around, and they've decided it's their turn to try and take this Baron, or at least force an initiation around that Baron pit and clear this up and bring it their lead. Even further, Jarvan jumps in. Nice ultimate from him. There we go. The equalizer comes through as well. They will pick up 1 kill. Zyra has gone down. Her platform is now dead. Nice shot there from Varus, chasing out 2 ultimates to pick up 1 Renekton. Probably only needed 1, but now they have got that 5v3 advantage. They're going to turn around. They're going to head towards Baron, and I think they're going to clean this up and then go from there.
That's right there, and we actually see, oh no, the short grab going on to the seat, and Brattles AU picks up that one, and there we are. This game is, I gotta say, almost certainly over, especially if TJS secure this Baron. Are we gonna see, you know, an attempted steal with a true shot barrage there? We are. It's not gonna work, unfortunately, for Fluffy Cow, and now look at this Chili. He's not gonna be able to escape. Fails the flash. Probably couldn't get over that wall anyway, and there we go. The surrender comes out, GG's come out, and we are going to be going to a Game 3.
Awesome game there from both teams. We are now 2 games into the series gadget of our Ozone Gaming Revolution Cup, brought to you by Ozone Gaming Gear, supported by Performance Gaming. This is TeamDownTV. I'm Saiyan. I'm with GoGo Gadget here. You can catch him on Twitter, GoGo Gadget ESL. We will be back for Game 2 of this best of 3 series between Myth and Team Just Saying very, very shortly. It is the final game of this matchup, and the loser will be out of this one-day competition. So very, very excited. We'll be back in in just a second, guys. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to TeamDownTV's coverage of the Ozone Revolution Cup, brought to you by Ozone Gaming Gear and supported by Performance Gaming. My name is Menace, and joining me today is the lovely Go-Go Gadget.
Yes, it is good to be here, Menace, and good to get this last game underway in this series as well. TJS versus Myth eSports here, and well, as we already know, it's all down to this. This is the best of three. Both teams won all, and we'll just have to wait and see what they have in store for us.
Yeah, definitely good to be casting. I'm finally here. I've been away all day, unfortunately. But yeah, while I'm here, I'd like to give a big shout out to you, Go-Go, for filling in and helping us out today. Like, a huge thank you to you, mate, as well as Place and Ben's over on the stream 1, that's TeamDownTV 1, if you are watching either back and forth. So yeah, thanks very much, man, for covering so far. And hopefully I will be here all night to do some more with you. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Same here, Menace. I love casting great League of Legends, and that's what we've been seeing today. So it looks like we're going to continue that trend in this last series of this game, and the last map of this game, if you will, and this best of three. So TJS have already first picked their support, their Thresh there, but we've also got to go over the bans, of course. TJS taking out Zed, Lysandra and Shen. Meantime, Myth eSports taking out Jarvan, Ari and Zach, so potentially a target for ban there, that Jarvan. Not too sure why TJS saying took out Lysandra when most of the time it's been Brattles AU that's been playing that one.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe they're trying to free up their mid lane for some kind of busy mid lane that they are doing. I haven't really seen Chili Philly do much, Myth Chili that is. I'll refer to him as Chili Philly because that's how I know him. I haven't really seen him do too much, Lysandra. I mean, he likes to play his Nidalees and his Orianas, and he's got his Oriana right now. So I'm not sure about Lysandra. I guess maybe they thought it could be a potential mess up for their team composition or strategy that they are going for. So Thresh being picked, I mean, he's one of the few supports that are usually banned or first picked these days. You don't really see anything else because he's so bloody awesome, one of my favorites. And also Zach. Now I think, in my opinion, Zach is a very OP champion right now. He is a little bit broken. I mean, sustained for days. He has really good ganks from both jungle and top lane. I mean, he's really hard to verse in that top lane. I love playing him, man. One of my favorites. So I think that the Zach is a good ban. But yeah, leaving that Thresh open could be quite devastating for the bot lane for the guys at Myth eSports.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, we've seen, lots of teams playing Thresh so far today, and they've all pretty much done really well. As long as you can hit those death sentences when you need to, then that's really all you need. That's Thresh for you, and we've definitely been seeing that today. Although it looks like teams just thinking about, well, they're probably not thinking about Alistair. In the meantime, the last two locks over on the Myth eSports side, Elevate or Deceit there. It's actually locked in that Elevate. It's actually locked in that Evelyn. I was close, and we've got Insub there with the Twitch as well. So it's going to be a Twitch Nami bot lane, pretty strong lane, bit of kill potential if we see those nice Aqua Prisons come out, which I'm sure we will, Menace. So in the meantime, it's up to TJS to lock in their last two picks.
Yeah, someone who is also very strong in the support role right now is Nami. Disengage from her ultimate is huge. It just turns team fights around. If you're running away, you just have that extra knock up and that extra time to escape, give you that little bit of a gap closer. Now, what I find interesting is the choices from Myth eSports here now. Both Evelyn and Twitch rely on the invisibility, something that can quite easily be countered with a couple of items, such as your oracles or your sight wards. Now, it can work both ways, I guess, for Myth eSports. They'll either not run over a pink ward, or they will run over a pink ward. So, I mean, it's up in the air. So, but yeah, I mean, just saying, they know exactly what they need to do right now. They just, all they do is go straight for some pink wards nice and early. I dare say even Thresh will pick up 2, possibly 3 to start off in his first few items. I mean, that's what I would do generally, is just especially with both Evelyn and Twitch, man.
Yep. Yeah, no, that makes sense, and definitely be expecting that as well. But Those will have to wait and see what they decide to do. In the meantime, though, Myth eSports thinking about their last pick. They need a top laner at the moment. So Chile just, thinking about that one. Who we still got on the board? Renekton still on the board. He's still got, no, actually Shen's banned. So looks like Chile for Myth eSports. Gonna wait for it, but yes, it is actually a Singe that we're gonna be seeing here this game. Haven't seen Singe so far today, and I'm pretty excited to see him. So we'll have to see how Denuncio does up in that top lane.
Yeah, Singed is one of those really irritating champions that no matter how many times you kill him, he's still going to be useful and a pain in the ass late game. Now, I was thinking the Myth were going to pick up Kennen, because I feel that Kennen would really synergize well with the team composition they have now, but they decided to go for Singed. I mean, Singed is a good top laner, and I guess Denuncio feels like he can strongly take that one away. Now, this is best of 3. This is the 3rd game, and I believe the loser on this is out. So this is the quarters, is that right, Gogo?
This, I do believe, actually, according to the challenge brackets, is the semi-finals.
Ooh.
So I think this is the losers semi-finals, though. So judging from that one.
Yeah, loser from this one will be gone, yeah. So this is high stakes right now for this tournament. Plenty has been happening. Now, back over on Just Saying, TJS side, they've picked up themselves a TF. Recent changes to TF has made him a little bit different. I don't know if you call him a nerf. I guess you could call him nerfs. I mean, the card doesn't last just as long when you do get to pick it. So it's more of a skill thing. And I'm sure that the guys who are picking the TF now have been practicing and are used to these new changes. So obviously we are working on the live client, so we're up to 3.1 with all those changes to the towers and things like that. So probably won't see too many lane swaps. I highly doubt a lane swap will happen in this situation. Alright, so mid lane, it'll be TF versus Orianna, both very squishy, both very heavy late game AP burst champions. And I don't know, Chili Philly's a really good Orianna. I've seen him play it quite a lot, and I think that he might do a pretty good job against this TF. What are you thinking, Gogo?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Twisted Fate, he's not really known for his, laning presence. Orianna, on the other hand, very, very strong laner. Even in some 1v1 tournaments a while ago, Orianna was just such a powerful pick in those, purely because of how good she is in a 1v1 scenario. And like you're saying, Twisted Fate, not the best, more picked for the sort of utility, that global pressure that he exerts, and of course a little bit of wave clear as well. So definitely expect Chile to do pretty well in this mid lane here.
That's right. Just Saying do have a really good crowd control team though. I mean, over for Myth eSports, they really only have 2 or 3 really hard CCs. I mean, Singed Flip, you wouldn't call that much of a CC. You've got Aqua Prison from Nami, as well as Ulti from Chili Philly on that Orianna. I mean, apart from that, there's no really, I guess, even Elevate on that Evelyn is, oh man, it's a tongue twister in itself. That's, her ulti as well is a bit of CC. But over there for Just Saying, you've got Cocoon, you've got Stun Card, you've got Death Sentence, you've got Flay, you've got Varus ulti. There's so much CC there. And so much lockup, that you'd easily get caught out here. Over on Myth eSports, and there's a lot of squishies there. Orianna, super squishy, and Twitch as well. So overall, I'm going to make a call here. I really do like Just Saying's team composition, just because, well, one, I love Thresh like crazy. He's one of my favorite champs, and just the way that I guess there's a lot of CC that could be chained there. All that needs to happen is someone get caught out, and that person could even very well be your front line, which is Singe. Singe could get Cocoon, Stun Card, Flayed, everything. I really think that the Myth eSports are going to struggle in this situation, Gogo.
Yep, definitely. And something which is interesting in that top lane is that, Joska on that Rumble, he's going to have to be very careful because, playing against the Singed as Rumble, Singed does actually out-trade Rumble. So up until around about level 5, I'd probably be expecting Joska, to just be sitting back, letting Singed farm, letting Singed sort of push up a little bit. But then after that, maybe, exerting a little bit of pressure. In terms of the lane matchup up there, but looks like we're heading into the skin war at the moment, man. So you can see what skins both of these teams have on offer for us today.
Yeah, I can finally join the game and join the rest of the crew. So, like you said, Joska will be playing very passive, and against Singed, who'll pretty much be farming and proxying all day, getting top lane, and I'd reckon that he'll give it away pretty easy top lane. So really, Joster's going to be relying on the team fights to get his kills. He's not going to probably... I mean, he could go get some early magic resist and try his best to farm. But Rumble is really good at farming from range. I mean, he's good in 2v1 situations, and he'll be pretty good against this Singed, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's definitely right, and it'll be interesting to see whether we get any, 2v1s or lane swaps or anything like that happening this game. We haven't seen it actually so far, in this tournament today. Of course, partially because of those 3.10 changes to outer tier turrets health. The few Australian teams which may have sort of been used to 2v1 lane swapping, stuff like that, just it's not really the most viable option to do in a game now. So that's pretty much why we're not seeing it. But we are just about to get into the game, and looks like we got already touched on all of this, of course. But I like Deep Terror Thresh. He's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I do love him. I don't know if you know this, dude, but when you're using your backing animation, he'll either pull up a chest or a tire.
Or a tire.
It's random. It's completely random.
Oh, that's awesome.
It is rather awesome. And yeah, he's one of my favorite champs. All right, so yeah, you were saying 2v1s. If there was going to be a 2v1 in this matchup, it would probably be so that the guys over on Team Just Saying could shut down Denuncio on that Singed. I don't think it's going to happen, but that would be the only reason I'd see any kind of lane swaps happen. And if that was the case, Denuncio would have a lot of trouble. I don't think he'd farm very well, especially against a Thresh and Varus. But I think they're going to keep the lanes pretty safe because they want to use Thresh, Varus versus Twitch. Twitch is super strong all around. He's a real pain in the butt. And in my opinion, he's really good. Really good in this current meta. So I think they want to use that really good Thresh pickup that they have got, as well as Varus's poke, to try and keep Twitch down, because looking at Myth's team, that's probably where the most of the damage is going to be coming from, as well as Chili Philly. They're probably going to leave all the responsibility of taking out Myth Chili to Elise. So Elise is going to be, concentrating on that mid lane, and then top lane. Like I said, Singed is just going to farm it up, and it's going to be really up to Rumble to sit back and just be really passive. And we both see, both of them head around this blue. There is a ward which I believe Myth would have seen go down on that blue buff, and now back and forth. In comes, there's a stun cast right down. Aqua Prison knocking up Thresh. Now there is a Descent's first blood right there, but in trouble right now is the Elise gets taken down from the Expunge as well as Ignite. Did get flipped up from Singed. A yellow card up on Brattles. It does expire very quickly. A flash over the wall down there from Thresh, as well as Varus trying to escape from everybody right now. And Brattles does get slowed down from the Twitch. He does have this gold card up. It does land onto Twitch, but he's going to escape. So a 1-for-1 trade. First blood going over to who was it? I think it was.
I think it was. Yes.
No, sorry.
Yeah. One of the two, either TF or Twitch, forget. But that's right. It was a 1-for-1 trade in the end. Of course, First Blood needing a little bit more gold for for TJS, so it was in
Brattles.
TS. Yes, that's the one. So in the meantime, we're just going to be seeing the standard lane matchups like we'd expect to be seeing this game, and nothing too crazy coming out there. Deceit did manage to pick up that blue buff. Don't think he actually got any help, so that means that he did have to use that smite there. Not to worry, those in the meantime. Sell on that jungle, Elise. Just taking out the red, probably going to move on, roughly towards the blue as well. So pretty standard jungle paths coming out there.
Yeah, so going back to that first blood scenario, Elise did die, but had actually picked up an assist already. So she went back and she's got herself a sight ward to to try to put that down, get a bit of sight somewhere. So that's really going to help out her. I mean, that death was not really too bad. Twitch didn't actually go back. Aqua Prison landing on Varus now bot lane. Does get the Expunge Flay knocking away Twitch right now, and they're just trading back and forth. So yeah, as I was saying, really not too devastating for Elise. I mean, she didn't miss out on any XP, didn't lose any time on her jungling, so picking up a ward really kind of helping her out.
Yeah, definitely there. So Meantime, just taking a look in the top lane there, just see Joska CSing under turret, so, like we expected, he's just letting Denuncio sort of push up to his tower, just sort of CSing under there, not going for any of those early trades, as we actually see down in the bot lane.
Mid lane now though, Brattle's taking a ton of damage. Decito, the Elevate coming in with that double buff, and Chili landing a few skills down onto him. Elise now going back up to this mid lane, but it could be quite devastating because both Evelyn and Oriana are quite high health, so Elise is going to just go over and do the race. Now top lane, Joska actually trading very well with Denuncio. Gets flipped over back through that poison, and Denuncio on that Singed is very low mana. Does have Crystalline Flask to try and sustain within his lane, but seems that he's actually not doing too badly. Old Rumble up top lane.
Yeah, no, that's right. I mean, he's even ahead of CS over Denuncio there, so doing, a very good job. Now Denuncio, of course, evens it up just as I say that, but yeah, that's right. Joska having a pretty cushy time up there. In the meantime, taking a look down into this bottom lane, we probably expect it, to be a skill-based matchup. Both of these lanes very strong and have a little bit of kill potential each. But now that it looks like we're just seeing a pretty close matchup down there.
It is, and Elise standing on blue ward, no red ward there, so possible gank down here in this bottom lane. Can Elise repel over and possibly land a cocoon? I mean, Twitch is level 4, so he will have his... Oh, there is a nice death sentence down onto him. He will go invisible, though. There's a slow. He's actually going to juke back. There's a pink ward down. Flashes over into the second brush. Will Elise be able to land a cocoon? She goes into human form. Does land a cocoon. Yes. A lot of burst damage. There's a heal from Nami as well. Barrier comes out. He's falling so low. Does pick up the kill eventually for Elise. Elise taking a bit of turret damage, but nice fight there from the guys over on Just Saying.
Yeah, that was a great gank there by Cell. Very persistent, knew that even though Fluffy Cow was in this for, a brief amount of time, he was very keen to get that kill, and it paid off in the end. So
top lane now, well, Denuncio falling very low, gets Joska flicked up into that turret. There's an Equalizer over the top onto Elevate. Joska just using it as a form of slowing him down, but it seems to be trading very well. There's a flash from Deceit as well, and picks up the kill from Rumble.
Yeah, there we go. That was a nice bit of play there from Deceit, from Elevate. What he actually did was use that, he knew that Equalizer, if he fought in that, he was just going to get dropped. So all he did was backed off, wait until the Equalizer wore off, and boom, went straight back in, flashed onto Joska, and that was the kill. So great bit of play there from Elevate on that jungle Evelyn. And it looks like, probably expecting a nice early Spirit of the Elder Lizard. I'll have to wait and see what he goes back for.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Paul. Yeah, so I think Rumble in that fight was just like, do I fight? Do I not? Do I back out? I mean, Equalizer was down. There was an opportunity for Rumble to probably escape. I mean, Evelyn being so fast, maybe turned around and got the kill if he continued to run. I don't know. Rumble still had Flash? No, Flash was actually used previously. So maybe he had no choice but to fight Evelyn and try and turn it around. I mean, he was very close to getting the kill. He had to probably take a bit of minion damage as well in that team fight, so it might have been quite detrimental for Joska on that Rumble.
Yeah, definitely so. Looks like, Joska up in the top lane, he's actually well ahead in CS. Denuncio there as well, so doing a very good job up there. And Denuncio, of course, get out tier, stacking it up. Tier's not too bad on Singed. Obviously, the mana does scale with his passive, but it's definitely not going to help him too much in the lane. So, something which I think, Joska, he's probably going to capitalise on that. He's gone for the offensive Sork Shoes pick up early on, and I think he's just going to keep on trying to bully Singed out of that lane.
Well, there's an ultimate mid lane from Oriana. Doesn't quite pull the Fate into range of turret, so no turret help there. Their ulti is now down on Chili Philly on that Oriana, and Twisted Fate is level 6 now. Does have that Destiny up, so can roam around and pull out a few ganks, possibly pings around Dragon, though at least wanting to do a nice and early Dragon, but it looks like the 3 bottom lane, here comes Elevate, there's a nice distance over the wall into Insub falling very low, ultimate down over the back onto Varus, TJSL picking up a kill onto that Nami now as well. Elise falls very low and eventually gets killed by Evelyn. Varus picking up a kill onto Twitch, and now Joska has come down. There is a really nice equalizer in the way, and Denuncio has joined the team fight. Unfortunately, he's just not really geared up for this kind of team fight at this stage, and will head towards that bot lane. This is going to be a dragon for Just Saiyan, and a good team fight for Just Saiyan, picking up a 2-for-1 exchange, and now a nice easy dragon.
Yeah, that's right. The dragon is just going to go down there, of course, contested. There we are. And that will actually extend Team Just Saying's goal lead to around about 3k or so at this point in time, I think. So they're going to all back out now, get some buys happening. And we can see the gold chest there by Boo coming out as well. So taking a look at what they've decided to pick up, looks like an early Bloodthirster potentially is on the cards for Frisia there on that Varus. And in the meantime, looks like TF Brothers are going for an Abyssal Scepter. So a little bit of defense, a little bit of offense, all that good stuff. Yeah, so looking pretty good so far.
Interesting choice to pick up that Abyssal Scepter. I mean, TF's not your usual AP kind of champ to be in amongst, in the team fight, using the Abyssal Scepter to his advantage. I'm not exactly sure how big the range on Abyssal Scepter is, but I would assume that where TF's positioning would be that it won't be, really full effective for the rest of his teammates. You were saying Bloodthirster on Varus? I like that build on Varus. It's, I guess it's a different kind of build as opposed to your standard Blade of the Ruined King into or maybe an Infinity Edge. Oh no, I'm missing team fights up here in the top lane as I'm talking away. Rumble picking up a kill onto Evelyn. I'm not sure what happened there, Gogo.
Yeah, it was just an unfortunate case there of Evelyn just getting caught out. Wrong spot, wrong time. Didn't have flash up and, well, paid the price, as you saw.
Yeah, taking away that one. Another kill for Rumble. He's now 3-for-1. He's going to be snowballing that top lane pretty good. See, as I was saying, Varus, pick up a Bloodthirster, and then he may even go for a Last Whisper and try and get that really poke on his Q. Another Death Sentence lands onto Nami. Now, this could be the end. Box goes down as well. There is the ulti from Insub. And actually, Thresh taking away that kill. Lantern out over the top. Will he be able to land Death Sentence? It will be under Tara. Decides to back away. And as you can see, that piercing arrow doing tons of damage. So I'd imagine that's, where the build is going to be coming up for Varus. Get a Bloodthirster and then a Last Whisper. Just do heaps of poke with that piercing arrow. But a good team fight bot.
Yeah, that's right there. So taking a look on the other side of things in terms of the AD's builds, we've got, Fluffy Cow on Myth Esports. He's obviously looking to build towards a Blade of the Ruined King, as is sort of the standard on Twitch. With that spray and pray, you can really get those procs off that Blade of the Ruined King, and a little bit of attack speed from that ambush. Definitely going to be able to get that poison ticking as well. So good build there from Fluffy Cow, pretty standard of course. And in terms of the rest of the builds, we haven't got anything too crazy just yet. Menace. Yeah,
maybe F could build that blasting wand into something else. Maybe he's picked up an early Negatron cloak, keep it for a little bit later, but I don't know. He's got both those really expensive items. You might as well buy the Abyssal Scepter. A Death Sentence landing again bot lane, and here comes a Destiny as well down the top. You can still see Twitch even though he's invis. There's a flash, comes out, the stun card going full length. Cocoon does miss, but Fluffy Cow knows he's completely dead. And there we go, first Destiny being used to full effect there from Brattles AU.
Yeah, nicely played there by Brattles. Nice little game, because we actually see up in the top lane, Denuncio.
Wow, I should have just let you go with that one. He takes a few tower hits there for Joska. And he's on a killing spree. That is just huge amounts of damage. He's on his way to picking up that Haunting, guys. And top turret will fall eventually. And the guys from Myth picking up that mid turret, though.
Yep. Yeah, no, and that was just a great dive there by Joska. And 4-1 in the lane. He is doing so well this game, I've got to say. And 10-3 in kills at the moment. Team Just Saying, they have a commanding position in this game. A little bit over 3k gold lead at this point in time as well. Not even 13 minutes in. So as we actually see the Abyssal Scepter is finally completed. And we also see a Haunting, guys, coming out of Joska. So, lots of magic pen on the side of Team Just Saying. And, if Brattles does happen to, get into sort of, I think it's 800 range if I'm not mistaken, that the Abyssal Scepter works in of a fight, then, all of that magic damage from Elise, from Rumble, a little bit from Thresh as well, And, even a tiny bit from Varus from that Blight procs. That's going to start hurting.
Yeah, I mean, I agree it's a good pickup for the team, but probably be better on Rumble as opposed to TF. I mean, you go for a Lich Bane or something, but it's working out for him. I'm not gonna argue. It's working pretty well so far, I guess. No problems yet, as we see both junglers now trading back and forth. Orianna joins the fight, chucks down the Shockwave, Command Protect onto Evelyn and going to back out. So mid lane down for the guys on TJS. Myth Esports do have that little bit of extra control, but they're not really going to be venturing over that side of the jungle just yet. They are trying to protect their top and bottom turrets. Orianna will be farming in and around that mid lane, and once again, Singed is just doing what Singed does best.
Yep, that's right there. He's just sitting up in the top lane, being a bit of an immovable object. Well, he's actually been moved twice so far with those deaths, but not to worry as we actually see the death sentence down bot.
Yeah, there we go. Ulti from Varus as well over the top. In comes the tidal wave from Nami. The box does fall down as well. Now, Evelyn taking a ton of damage. There is a protect over the top. And Twitch picks up a kill onto Varus. A good turnaround for the guys on Myth Esports. TJS finding under that turret, not really beneficial. But Orianna has joined the fight. She is looking to find that Twisted Fate who has ventured down the mid lane, but I don't think it's going to be a fight come out of that one.
That's right, and very well played to all of Myth Esports those down there for, having that knowledge. Even though this sort of most important member, Twitch got hooked in, they just kind of kept their cool, responded, and managed to kind of counter that one out very nicely there. So that'll actually result in a lot of damage on this turret here. No, actually, I'm lying. As Fluffy Cowan ends up just deciding to leave that up and back out themselves instead.
Yeah, they probably don't want the Varus to really freeze that bottom lane, keep Twitch out of his farm. That'd be quite devastating. Twitch is going to need to catch up. He does have equal CS now with Varus. Probably going to fall a little bit behind, but not doing too badly. As we see now, Joska going to be trading a little bit here back with Chili. There's the Destiny from Twisted Fate. He does fall in the middle. Equalizer goes down. There's ultimate from Orianna, though. Really nice. Denuncia falling very quickly. Chili Philly going to have to back away. Falling also very low. Wow, it's a nice use of the Destiny from Bradley, and they're going to take away this Dragon.
Yeah, that Dragon looks like it's going to be uncontested there. Deceit, of course, on that jungle level and does not have the smite up and isn't really close enough to help before that Dragon's going to go down, although instead he might actually look for a gank in mid.
Mid lane, Brattle's in a lot of trouble. Evelyn going down onto him. Falls very low. Ignite ticking away. Is it going to be no Ignite onto Brattles. It was actually an Ignite onto maybe Evelyn. So Brattles getting away with his life.
It's a lucky escape there for Brattles, but his flash is just about to come up now as well. So next time that happens, he should be a little bit better prepared to deal with it. And now though, just seeing the bot lane of TJS kind of returning back there, getting some farm happening, but they've got to be a little bit careful because Chili Philly and Deceit or Elevate, that's the one, are coming down there to potentially look for a gank.
They are. There's an Oracle's Elixir onto Evelyn. There is the tidal wave from Nami, that huge knock-up, and the ultimate from Varus as well. There's a death sentence straight onto Evelyn. She falls very low, and Varus picking up the kill. But in comes Chili Philly, taking away both those guys. So Twitch picks up the kill onto Varus. Orianna taking down the Thresh, and this might be a bottom turret. It will be a bottom turret, as well as a top turret for Myth. So there is a bit of catch-up gold for the guys from Myth Esports.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Myth Esports need at the moment. Now, they were a little bit down earlier on, but they've sort of caught up a tiny bit, I suppose. Gold lead still is 4K in favour of Team Just Saiyan, though. And looks like it's going to get some buys coming out of Myth Esports there. What have we got? Got an Athene's Unholy Grail, big item there, finished by Chili Philly. Going to help him, not only in survivability, also give him a bit of, CDR, 20% CDR, always nice to have. And Ruby Sidestone on in-sub means that it's going to be a little bit easier for him to keep that vision up.
Yeah, also a bit of mana regen to help spam out those abilities from Orianna. She used to be a really good champion to pick up that tier. I guess with the recent changes, really doesn't make her that good to go for that Seraph's Embrace. Chili Philly opting out for the Athene's Unholy Grail, so can dish out a fair bit of poke as we see all of TJS around mid lane now wanting to take this mid turret down. It is, I guess, a key in their current offense, and they'll take it down pretty easily because both Singed and Twitch are bot and top lane were farming away. Now they are all grouping up again. Do they want to go together and fight this Singed? Are they going to split off? Rumble's going to go back, take on Singed, pick up all that farm that he's been building up for him, and everyone seems to be returning to the jungle. Go.
Yeah, that's right there. So it looks like for now though, ooh, the seat there, elevate that Evelyn. He was getting a little bit dangerously close to Brattles, but he just back off there. And you know, at this point in time, if we were to see full 5-on-5 team fight between both of these teams, I still think, you know, if Joska can get a nice equalizer off, then it's probably going to go in favour of TJS. But on the other side, you know, Myth has a lot of AoE. They've got Twitch, they've got Chili Philly, and they can certainly pull off a win if played correctly. It's just going to be a little bit harder for them to do so.
Yeah, I mean, Oriana doesn't have the greatest ball delivery system that you would have with your, I guess, like someone like a Malphite.
Yeah,
she could possibly put it on to Evelyn, who would be right in the middle of the fight. I mean, Singed as well. You'd probably, actually, yeah, that'd be the person I'd be putting it on anyway. Put it on Singed, speed him up, get him in the middle of the team fight, throw down the ulti, try and lock up as many people, and burst as much as possible, and just let Twitch sit at the back and throw down that spray and pray. With that Blade of the Ruined King now, he'll be dishing out huge amounts of damage. Top turret falls now to that Singed, and this is where Singed is now becoming a huge pain in the ass. And look, there is 4 members of JKS bot lane. Myth are trying to capitalize on this by taking out the second tier turret. Everyone's trying to back as quickly as possible. They do take that bottom turret, first tier turret over there for Myth, but they decide to head away. It could be a devastating team fight, I guess, for them in that position. Yeah,
it certainly could be there. As we got Myth still sticking in this mid lane here. They're pretty confident, and if it does come down to it, as long as they don't go for a dive, and as long as they sort of stick together, they might be alright. But we almost saw the engage there with the cocoon, but now
I'm not sure if he saw that land, because Evelyn was invisible. I'm not sure if you actually see the cocoon go off, or whether he's just throw it out and maybe thought it disappeared. I don't know.
Yeah, it went off range, something like that. That certainly could have been the thing there, as we actually see the death sentence.
There's a death sentence. Destiny comes out as well. Tidal Wave knocking up quite a few members of the box, as well as the equalizer down the middle. Rumble picks up a kill on Evelyn. Twitch takes out the Thresh, though. Varus is still at the back, doing as much damage as possible now. Philly and Varus at the back here, trying to trade. Twisted Fate picks up that Twitch, and now Chili Philly in big trouble. There's a flash stun card on the Chili Philly, as well as the Ignite, and that's a double kill. A really great team fight, and that is the power of Death Sentence Go.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. There's a fantastic initiation by Boo, and he didn't even need to use his flash to get in, to get in range of that Death Sentence either. So very well played there. Very nice initiation by Boo, and TJS are going to turn that that teamfight victory into a tower as well. So even sweeter for them at this point in the game. And at this point, 7k or so, in fact, even a little bit more gold in the favour of TJS at the moment. Their gold lead just been increasing throughout this game. I don't know, it's going to take something pretty big for Myth eSports to kind of start turning these team fights around, because at the moment it's just a massacre.
I mean, all the damage right now for Myth eSports is going to come from your Oriana as well as Twisted Fate. Singed right now isn't really at that stage where he can do a heap of damage. I mean, there's a lot of sustained damage, but it's really not that much in the way that these team fights are going. So, I don't know, I think that really, pick-wise, Myth are falling behind right here. But this is, this is what makes a good team. This is what makes a good bunch of players, to be able to come back from a bad champ select, I guess, or being, just being on the back foot. I'm not saying that their team is horrible. I'm just saying that I feel like, well, see what I did there? Just saying that their team is a little bit better over there for TJS. So, I mean, right now, they've just got to try and protect their Twitch and Oriana as best as possible. Try and get that ball delivery system, like I was talking about, down into the middle, and maybe lock up both Twisted Fate and Varus. Rumble is going to have to be taken care of maybe by Singed, but
Yep.
I don't know. Myth now coming in down towards this Baron though. Go the guys from... Oh, wow, there's a distance over the wall as well as the equalizer. There's a tidal wave over the top. Deceit taking a ton of damage. He's going to pick up the kill. Denuncio there taking damage from Baron as well. Destiny being used as TF was taking that Baron. Rumble does take out Singed, but at the back, Fluffy Cow using that spray and pray. Will he be able to pick up a kill onto Varus? He falls very low. There's a barrier as well. And Elise does use that repel. And this is a good team fight for Myth right now. Taking away a double kill for Twitch.
Yeah, that was very impressive there by Myth. Almost a triple kill there, almost getting Josker as well. So that was a great bit of play in a situation where team just saying they wanted to go for the Baron, but the issue was for them. I mean, Myth eSports, they knew how to respond.
I mean, they could respond. That's the thing.
Yeah.
There was no real opening for TJS to start that Baron. They just thought, we can do this. Let's see if we can sneak one out, and they couldn't. And unfortunately, I mean, TF was left there tanking Baron while he was using his Destiny for quite some time, and I guess that led to his demise very quickly when he did come into the team fight. So I don't know, a possible very bad decision right now for TJS. They are, I mean, they didn't get the Baron buff. No one got Baron. That's a good thing for TJS, but that was a 4, almost an ace for one trade.
Yeah, no, that's right. It was a bit of a classic throw, if there ever was one, the old Baron throw there for TJS. But point in time, Myth, they're still on the back foot slightly. They're still 6k behind, so they've got to just keep on playing really, really well, and making sure that they can continue, getting these nice picks as they might be trying to do now.
Yeah, Myth want to do another team fight right now. Box in a nice position to slow everybody down. Denuncio does take a lot. Oh, a huge ultimate from Oriana. Equalizer over the top. There is a tidal wave. Tidal wave actually picking down Varus. Nami picking up the kill. Rumble gets a double kill. They're taking down Oriana as well as Evelyn. And Brattle's now just left. And that was a really good team fight for TJS. Nami, the only one alive. She's at the back. She's got pretty much full health and mana. I'm not sure. There's a Destiny. And Aqua Prison just missing. Stun card onto Insub. He's going to try and fight this, and I think he might do pretty well. There's the ace. That was fun.
That was funny. I feel as though if he actually just gotten that, that stun off from the Aqua Prison and the extra bit of damage that would have offered, just maybe would have been able to at least go 1-for-1 with Brattles, but it was not to be there. Unfortunate for Insub. Would have loved to see that happening. But nonetheless, well played to Brattles, well played to the rest of TJS in that last team fight as well. They really kind of kept their cool, even with that huge engage from Elevate getting, I think it was almost a 5-man or at least a 4-man ultimate there. The Agony's Embrace from Evelyn, and team just saying they just said, you know what, let's fight it. You want to fight? We'll fight.
Yeah, Oriana got a really good shockwave, command shockwave off, so that was a really, best outcome for Myth is landing all their AoE spells on the key members of the enemy team, and they did do that, but still came out behind. So now TJS feeling strong. There's a repel, equalizer over the top on the mid chili. Will they land? There's the ultimate, the shockwave. Not enough.
Wow.
Oh, a flash over the top though. Gold card now onto TF. Throws it off onto Nami. It's not going to be enough. She's way out of range with that flash, and they're going to go to get themselves this easy inhibitor. Yep,
that inhib just goes down very, very fast. Of course, Insub can't really do much to defend against that one. Fluffy Cow kind of thinking about starting something, but of course he's not going to be able to stop a fully geared, fully organised team of Team Just Saying there. And looks like TGS backing out. And are they going to potentially try for a Baron? I wonder.
Now, this is a bit of a safer Baron, I guess. I mean, the mid lane is now being pushed by super minions. There's a Destiny, though, over the top, and Nami throws down the Aqua Prison. It is enough. There's a tidal wave ulti from Varus, though, over the top. Varus picking up the kill. Now they can get an even safer Baron as Nami is down. The rest of Myth are up. They may want to fight this one. I mean, Twitch is up. He's got full health. He's got his ulti. It could be devastating. Maybe TJS want to bait this one out as they do sit there in the well. Go.
Yeah, They really want to bait this one. They don't want to start and get low enough so that, you know, Myth can just pick them off like they did in the last Baron attempt. So very, very cautious play here from Team Just Saying there. And in the end, when it's all said and done, they don't go for the Baron. Just heading out mid now, and that will be it. And you know, they lost their opportunity to Baron after the initial bait didn't work. So it was pretty well played by Myth eSports there as well to not lose their cool. You know, not just run into Baron and face check, and just be smart about it, get some wards down, and paid off for them.
Yeah, they're probably just going to clean up these two outer turrets that are left, the tier 2 top and bottom turret, quite easily. I mean, Myth aren't really in a great position to fight, even though they're looking to. I mean, TF has joined the rest of the fray. There's a flash as well. A shockwave does only land onto Joska. Evelyn gets taken out of the fight very quickly, and a spray and pray over the back doing tons of damage. There's a 1-for-1 trade right now between Rumble and Evelyn. Who will come out on top? Nami's tidal wave still is down, and TJS want to back away. I thought maybe TJS could take that turret and Myth were going to give it to him, but they decided to fight it, and I guess it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it's in the end kind of, I don't know, did it work out for them? Sort of. You know, 1-for-1, not really where you want to, you know, what you want to be trading as TJS, especially, you know, when you're 8k or almost 9k gold ahead at this point in the game. You know, as TJS, you're probably wanting a little bit more than that, but, you know, I suppose they'll, you know, kind of grudgingly take that one. We've actually got a few more pings from TJS, in fact, onto that, you know, top tower, but at this point in time, they don't have enough members up there to, you know, to take it. That might be what they're focusing next as a next objective. But for now, though, after they've gone back, let's just take a look at the items. Well, we've got a bit of a lull in the action. We've got Ask Whisper, of course, picked up on Varus. TF looking very, very strong at the moment. And oh no, Denuncio, he's just going to back off.
Yeah, probably a good to be in. But yeah, Myth in that last team fight would be pretty happy. They did keep their second tier turret, and they did pick up a kill onto Rumble, someone who is really a key player right now, and would really be beneficial for Myth to have that death timer on, I guess. I mean, one shot from that second tier turret really, I guess, right now doesn't really help out. So they want to try and continue to push down, as Myth eSports are really split up over that wall from their base. Wards coming out over the wall, maybe a couple of picks. It'll be, I guess, up to a Thresh see if he can land a hook, but I really don't see TJS coming out too greatly in this team fight if they do have to fight under this third tier turret.
Yeah, no, certainly not, and especially more so if, you know, Fluffy Cow is just at the back line, you know, is spraying and praying all of JS down. But in the meantime, inside they're just doing a bit of a dance. He's pretty happy. But soon he might not be too happy at all, because TJS, they're looking for this turret. You know, we've actually got Elevate on the side there. They're going to go in.
Well, there's a huge shockwave over the top as well. Anami across all of them. Equalizer doing a ton of damage. There's a Destiny coming out. And now Chili Philly flashing away. A shutdown and a double kill for Varus. And wow, super minions pushing down mid lane. Heaps of minions down on that bottom lane as well for TJS. They kept them there long enough that Myth are not able to defend. Only ones alive are Oriana and Nami. Joska is very low, and they want to transition towards this bot lane where this huge minion wave is pushing down Go-Go.
Yeah, and this minion wave will pretty much guarantee that turret and that inhibitor going down there. We've actually got a few members of TGS that are low, of course, so they've got to be careful if they want to, you know, fight the two members remaining of Myth, but you know, that is a guaranteed inhib if I've ever seen one. Chili there, you know, he was trying to potentially look, you know, to stop that, but of course could not. In the end there, that will be one inhib down to TGS.
So yeah, Chili Philly landed an awesome shockwave. Just unfortunately, there's not enough damage or reaction from his team to back it up. I mean, he does have a lot of damage on that Oriana in itself. What is that? Let's have a quick look at that ulti command shockwave doing over 600 damage to everyone caught in it, and that's a huge amount of CC and leaves spray and pray there for Twitch to really dish out some damage, but it just was not enough. TJS coming out on top, being able to pick up that third tier turret as well as the inhibitor down in bottom lane, really capitalizing on that one, and now Twisted Fate has got himself a GA. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, that is a huge pickup there for Bradley. So it means, not only can he stand there and initiate the team fight, maybe pop his
And Zonya's.
Yeah, and Zonya's and die. Means that even after he's done all of that, he's going to be able to just get back up again. Oh,
TJS have spotted, well, they sort of realised that Myth are kind of out of position, and now Denuncio wants to come around the back and try and flank them, as Varus caught a little bit out of position, does get thrown from Denuncio, but he's trying his best. There is a Destiny shut down. Varus taken out. Twitch, though, in the meantime, box over the top, not in a really advantageous position. Chili Philly now rattles over the back, uses his Destiny as well as the Zonya's Hourglass. He does have the G up, so will he be able to turn this one around? Oh, Joska using a last second Zonya's Hourglass. Joska takes out Denuncio, both of them falling very low. Aqua Prison, though, eventually goes down, and Singe just poison, too strong. Chili Philly getting a last second heal there from in sub, and that was a very close team fight once again between these two teams, guys.
Yeah, these team fights are so close, man. It's absolutely insane. And that last hit of the poison from Denuncio, picking up the kill onto Joska, that was so close. And if Joska had survived, then potentially TJS could have made something of that team fight, but was not to be there. And as it stands, just going back, picking up a few more items on the TJS side. It looks like, Bradley say you picked himself up that blue pot. We've got a Shirelia's, of course, that's been picked up on the Boo. Yeah, nothing too crazy across the board there, but these team fights are so close.
Yeah, Boo really wanted to go on the offensive with that Shirelia's and initiate team fights a little bit quicker, get in there. Baron Wards coming out again from both teams. And, yeah, lots of big items being finished all around. I mean, Elise is getting pretty tanky now. She's got the Ninja Tabi as well as the Spectre's Cow. The Baron has been started over there by TJS. This could prove to be quite detrimental. They decide to back away, learning from their mistakes previously. They're not in that much of a lead that they can team fight this. The ward there being taken away. Pink ward over in that brush. Look at all these pink wards absolutely everywhere from TJS, trying to keep vision. 1, 2, 3. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them all around that Baron pit.
That is there's a lot of pink wards, but and just taking a look at Myth eSports side, Denuncio, he actually doesn't have that much magic resist. I'd like to see him a little bit more, especially against this sort of almost a triple AP comp, I want to call it, a 2.5 if you don't release his half AP comp coming out here from TGS, but it looks like TGS going to get this tower.
They are going to get the tower. Will they start the engage to see Elevate there over the top, and the nice equalizer, zoning out a lot of people. There is a tidal wave over the back, but really Elevate is just forced out of that fight because of that equalizer. Box goes down as well, and Denuncio falls to that Varus. Here is the Destiny over the top. Where is TF? He's not going to actually use it. Rumble picking up a kill on Twitch, and this might be GG right here. Go.
Yep, there we are. I think it certainly will be. The GG's come out. Chili Philly disconnects, and there we are. That will indeed be the GG's. Not seeing the surrender. There we are. There's the surrender vote. And in the end, when it's all said and done, Team Just Saiyan going to be advancing, and well played to them. They deserved it.
Yeah, well played to both teams. I mean, Myth were behind most of the team in most of the time, but they did some really good team fighting, and it was so close, even though they were behind, still being able to take out key members of TJS. But Myth eSports getting knocked out, unfortunately, in the semis, and TJS will now move on.
Yeah.